home of Yankees radio is WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
What's up, baby? Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash on a Monday, and I'm going to show you today how professional I am because I'm in a god-awful mood. But I understand that 99% of this city is very happy. So I'm going to take my bitterness, I'm going to take my anger, my frustrations, watch a 60-loss season and pick sixth, and I'll put that to the side. And I will be an IBO today as we celebrate the fact that the New York Knicks did not defeat the Philadelphia 76ers. They didn't even open a can of whoop-ass on the Philadelphia 76ers. They humbled, they embarrassed, they tarred and feathered. They took over a city. They took the women and children. This was an annihilation like we've never seen before. As for the second straight year, the New York Knicks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It was so glorious that as you were watching it, if you didn't attend in person, Knick fans, so congratulations for all you guys that made that trip for the weekend. But if you were watching on television, the game is over. They're up by 30. And I'm like, man, that place is going to clear out. It never cleared out.
No.
You know why? Because it was all Knick fans in there. So kudos to the Knicks. I mean, good riddance to the 76ers. This felt like an inevitability, especially after games 1. 2 was a different type of win, but game 1 and 2, this Knicks team has just opened and unlocked something that seems hard to defend and maybe inevitable that they're going to the NBA Finals.
Well, they're playing a brand of basketball over these 7 games that usually are only accomplished by, like, dynastic teams.
Right.
Like, what they've done over these 7 games, and I get it. We could talk about how flawed Atlanta was or Philadelphia. That's irrelevant. They're the teams in their way. That's all that matters. And over this 7-game sample size, they shoot the lights out every single night. I mean, every single night they're shooting 55% from the field.
They shot better from three-point range than they did from the field last night.
Isn't that crazy? They shot 57% from 3 in yesterday's game. They made 11 out of their first 12. Like, it was absurd. I heard Gio say it, and I think it's a great comp. It was Harlem Globetrotters kind of stuff.
Right.
Like, it was a circus. It was a show.
It was also apathy from the 76ers. You could see it.
Well, but
how many open three-pointers? I'm talking about in the first quarter.
Sure.
How many open three-pointers did Deuce take? How many horrible switches and just give-ups after you get picked did the 76ers show, and the Knicks were able to just take easy open jumpers? So this was partly a mind F of the Knicks on the 76ers. I'm serious. On the 76ers, because there were moments where you watch them and they're not even trying. They stopped trying. Their soul got snatched by the Knicks.
Yeah, they beat the care out of them.
Yes.
So when you say that the Sixers had kind of given up, and you're right about that, I'd give the Knicks credit for that.
Right.
They beat them so badly that there was a give-up.
That's right.
That they basically topped out. And so story number 1, if you're a Knicks fan, is the pure domination. I've watched basketball my entire life, and we've watched a lot of dynastic teams. And look, I'm not saying the Knicks are a dynasty. I'm not even saying they're going to win an NBA championship. They've still got a lot of ways to go.
Right.
8 more wins to secure it. But over this 7-game run that they're on that really started with Game 4 against Atlanta, they have played as well as any team can humanly play on every level.
Yep.
And they're doing it with some adversity. They lose Mitchell Robinson a couple of days ago. They've lost OG Anunoby the last couple of days. Mikal Bridges was benched at one point. And here they are with 7 consecutive victories and just pure domination over a Sixers team that, while flawed, is talented. But the other aspect of this, I cannot fathom how the New York Knicks fan succeeded in a ground invasion to the levels like we saw yesterday.
That's true.
I mean, we were there last year. We were there for Game 6, and it was an invasion. And it was uncomfortable for Philly fans. I looked into their eyes. They didn't know I was sympathetic, but I looked into their eyes and said, man, I feel bad for you suckers. What happened yesterday in the city of Philadelphia is going to be studied because I don't know if we've ever seen anything like this. Like, I went back and did my research. And I did 2 researches. Okay? 2 researches. One, believe it or not, I have to bring it up. In 1994, as the Knicks were en route to going to the NBA Finals, do you know who they beat in the opening round that year?
Don't. I'm going to assume it's the Sixers.
No, the New Jersey Nets.
Oh, okay.
My team.
Right.
And so I went back to the clincher just to hear, how did New Jersey sound? And we all joke, you guys tell me all the time, it's a Knicks town, you invade my building, and you do. I fully acknowledge that.
But that was in New Jersey.
That was in New Jersey. That was in East Rutherford. And I went back and I studied the tape. And again, you guys invaded, no question.
Okay.
It was not as bad as we heard yesterday.
Oh, of course. It felt like a Knick home game.
Dude, your ground invasion of Philly was far worse than your ground invasion of New Jersey in 1994, a year where you went to the NBA Finals. You invaded Philly more than you invaded
but Evan,
the other team.
But doesn't that make sense? Because
No.
look, is there or was there an intense rivalry between the Knicks and the Nets?
Not really.
There wasn't. It was just kind of like the other team. The Nets were just like, yeah, there's a basketball. They play in New Jersey. They're, the Giants are across the street. You know that team? And people are like, the Nets, okay, sure, whatever you want to say. Kerry Kittles, yeah, that guy, I remember him, sort of.
He wasn't on that team, but good try.
Whatever. You know what I mean. He was probably too young for that team because he was in my era. So my point is, the rivalry between the Nets and the Knicks was not existent really back then. So the rivalry, even if it's not about the Knicks and the 76ers, is New York, Philly. And the fact that it's this close, the fact that this 76ers team doesn't even have its own fan base's support, it made it easy. Great city rivalry, an easy hour trip if you're in New Jersey, an hour and a half if you happen to be in New York. It's an easy trip to get down there. And you know that their fan base did not care.
Yes.
And as a result, you got exactly what you would have expected from a fan base.
I think you hit on a lot of things that are fair in trying to compare it, but I think there's something else that's very, very important. Kenny Anderson and Derek Coleman didn't beg their fans to show up.
That's a good point.
Joel Embiid did. And I think that almost, because I believe this is true, and we'll hear from Knick fans throughout the day, 888-808-1019. I believe there are Knick fans who purposely showed up because Joel Embiid told them not to.
Yeah.
Like there was almost this personal.
I hear you.
Oh, really? You said that we shouldn't show up, that Sixer fans should keep their tickets? Okay, Joel.
Tiki called and be the bitch.
And there's a part of me that actually thinks there were a handful of Knick fans who said, I probably wouldn't have gone. But once that guy told us we shouldn't come, we're like, oh, now we're coming.
Yeah.
They felt challenged.
Yes. I think that was a big part of it. So the other thing I studied besides the Nets-Knicks series from 94 where the Knicks beat them in Game 4 at the Continental Airlines Arena. And this one, I don't know how much you guys remember. I ask you, Sean, because it's actually involving the Yankees, which was either 2004 against the Red Sox or 2022 against the Astros. In 2022, when the Astros swept the New York Yankees in the 4th game, Astro fans took over Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
And by the end of the game,
I don't remember that. Yeah.
I
was playing, so I don't remember.
No, 2022.
Oh, 2022.
Yeah,
I thought
they
you
were
were
in the lower bowl by the end chanting, let's go Astros.
So you remember that?
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
And I wasn't on the fan, but I was doing national.
But what was weird was they were all spread out until the last 3 innings. Then it was like they were all in one spot.
So it aggregated because of how the Yankee fan abandoned.
But it sounded loud and a little different, right? Bit more seats, so you have to combine and get all those people down. It's a little different than 14,000 in Philly.
No, I think that's the biggest difference. So if you were an Astro fan with a 3-0 series lead, kind of like the Knicks having a 3-0 series lead, A, you got to get on a plane, which is more difficult.
Right.
But B, finding tickets would be even easier than finding tickets in Philly because there's more to choose from. But even if there were 5,000 Astro fans there, and I think I'm being generous in saying that, that is still far less a percentage than the Knick fans that invaded and took over that arena yesterday.
65? 70?
Percentage?
What was the percentage?
Dude, I think it was, and I'm saying this as someone that was listening at home.
Yeah.
So for anyone who was there, you'll have a better take on it. We'll hear from those that invaded, 888-808-1019. But from listening at home, I thought it was 70-30 Knick fans.
Wow.
But in fairness, when you kick their ass immediately and you give their fans no reason to cheer, it's going to sound that way.
I just saw the social media stuff with the kids with the Mitch Duncan on posterizing Joel Embiid. And I'm like, how do you have 20 kids under the basket?
Yeah.
Like, how do you get that ticket for this game?
Well,
and so that's why I felt like it was massive Nick takeover, but also, and again, I go back to it, nobody left. Like the area that you could see on television, nobody left. Now, maybe the upper decks, people were feeding out, but you couldn't tell that this was a team getting their ass kicked. It looked like a home team.
Yeah, so as the game went on and Sixer fans naturally said, okay, we're tapping out, we're not going to win this game, if you made that trip, you're staying until the final second. Of
course.
You're going to drink every bit of tear from the city of Philadelphia. And I know that the Philly fans not going to want to admit this. They're going to say, well, it's the Sixers. We didn't believe in the Sixers. It's not the Eagles. Come back during football season, grr.
Right.
This is a black eye for the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
And they can spin it however they want. They can act like, nah, it's not. That's embarrassing.
Yeah,
And
what did they say to this?
I mean,
how do you respond to this?
I think you spin it by saying we didn't believe in the team, and that's why people sold their tickets, which it's partially true. I'm not denying that Sixer fans didn't believe in their team, but that's irrelevant. The bottom line is you let New York City invade your building to levels we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Again, show me an example. I even tried to find the Nets as an example. Didn't happen this bad. Yankees, Red Sox in 2004 when the Red Sox were coming back. They invaded your building, but not like this. Astros, Yankees 2022, not like this. I mean, I'm going to take this a step further. You're going to think I'm nuts. When the Yankees won the World Series at Shea Bleeping Stadium in 2000, it was bad. I was in the building. Even that wasn't as bad as this.
You do have to grade things a little bit on a curve.
How?
Why?
There comes a point, Dylan, you have to get to the modern day with all of the, not having to buy scalp tickets and you can buy them on the secondary market.
How easy it is to get tickets.
It's so much easier than it was in 2000, Evan, and you know that.
Boy, look at you making excuses for
No, I'm
Philly.
not. No.
When did you become a Philly shill?
I'm not, because the Knicks fans embarrassed Philadelphia yesterday, but we do live in a different world where getting tickets on the road is easier than ever.
You know, I'll respond to that with this.
You're right. It's true.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but it doesn't matter. I'm not couching this.
No.
The bottom line is that invasion we heard yesterday was one of the worst city takeovers in the history of sports. And now, if you want to tell me it's because of StubHub or Ticketmaster or SeatGeek, my response is, who cares?
No, it's because
Right.
it's more because Philly flat out quit as a fan base. And I think if this happens to any other team in any other city, you laugh and point it out. But the fact that Philadelphia, that prides itself as this big, bad sports city, came across as a bunch of pathetic quitters.
Yeah, no, it did. And you know, the other thing this is non-Philly related, but I thought about this as the Knicks were belting the 76ers team. Is something really wrong, flawed with the Boston Celtics? That's honestly what I thought. I mean, obviously, we hear the Jaylen Brown wants to get traded. I almost feel like what we saw this is why I believe that this series would go long with the Knicks and the 76ers, because of what they just did to Boston. And if this team, who got crushed by an aggregate of 100 and whatever points over this 4-game series, was better than Boston, then what the hell is wrong with Boston?
Or can we look at it this way? Could we just say that maybe the Knicks are that much better? I mean, maybe this Knicks team, and we're talking about Boston and we're talking about Philadelphia.
Right.
We'll get Detroit, Cleveland. We got a lot of time to analyze that, and we'll see what happens once they get an opponent, whether it's the Pistons or the Cavaliers. But maybe, just maybe, the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers just weren't in the Knicks league. That's also a possibility.
Yeah. But we didn't feel that all season long. The regular season didn't feel like this kind of
because the
team.
Knicks weren't clicking like this.
Well, yeah.
They just weren't.
But I also think
even when they played well, Tiki, they were never clicking on all cylinders the way it's happening now.
Because it's different now. I mean, they play with so much pace. I mean, the beauty of a beat up, worn down, not very athletic anymore center like Joel Embiid is that if they miss a shot, meaning the 76ers miss a shot, and hell, even if they make the shot, the Knicks are up court before he's past half court. Right? Like, they're operating their offense basically 5-on-4 because Joel Embiid is such a slug getting up the court. And so that's why there were so many open shots, because they can't defend it. And that's a credit to Mike Brown employing that. Like, it was intentional how you watch the Knicks play with the pace. You saw it in the Atlanta series, and you saw it basically throughout the 76 series, but also Cat, who was not necessarily, he wasn't scoring 40 points a game.
No, but he was the hub to the offense.
He was the hub.
Yeah.
And that was different from what we saw a regular season.
The Knicks are playing a brand of basketball, even when they played well this year, because we shouldn't ignore the fact they won 50-plus games.
Right.
Even when they were playing their best, it never clicked. The synergy wasn't like what we're witnessing right now. Mm-hmm. And sure, is it a combination that the Philadelphia 76ers are flawed? Absolutely. But a lot of credit needs to be given to the way this team is playing basketball.
Oh, it goes to the guys, one, who stepped up in OG's absence. Obviously, Deuce, Landry Shamet as well. But Josh Hart, man. Josh Hart was amazing.
And Josh Hart was not only amazing. What Josh Hart did after the game, I mean, it's a war crime. We talk about how this was a ground invasion like we've never seen before. Well, now the war is over, right? The battle is done. And the troops are now leaving. They're receding. They're saying, all right, we've taken over Philly. We're going back home. And here's Josh Hart after the game uttering one of the most brutally honest and horrible things one can say about a sports city.
I used to think Philly was a sports town. I don't know if it is anymore.
Wow. I mean.
And that's for someone who went to Villanova. I mean, think about what he's talking about.
The knife is in you, and Josh is like, let me push it around a little bit more. Now, I get Josh Hart's background. You mentioned he went to Villanova. He's also a diehard fan of the Washington Commanders, and he's a Yankee fan. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't have any Philadelphia ties the way Mikal Bridges does and Jaylen Brunson does, where they still root for the Philly sports teams. So there's a part of me that thinks Josh Hart wasn't just digging the city of Philadelphia, but he was actually digging Jaylen Brunson in saying so. And so when this game happens last night or yesterday afternoon and it's over and the invasion has ended, there was one last thing that needed to be done. Okay, now that the Knicks had swept away the Philadelphia 76ers, they get a week off to wait on who their opponent should be. There was one thing that needed to be done because I believe sports is symmetry. We're all connected, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing that needed to be done was they needed to announce Sunday Night Football, Giants Eagles to open the season. And they screwed that up. And instead we're getting Giants Cowboys. How could you not take advantage of the New York Philly thing that's going on by giving us Giants Eagles? They screwed it up.
They took advantage because they followed Josh Hart's comments by showing the Eagles just how irrelevant they are in their own division.
Maybe that's what they did.
That's the only, thank God for the Philadelphia Eagles because otherwise Philly would be depressed.
Well, the Phillies are coming back. They're on a hot streak now with Tom Mattingly.
True.
I get that you're biased, Sean, and I respect that because you're a Giant fan. You hate the Knicks. That's fine. As a New York sports fan that doesn't have a rooting interest in the two teams I just mentioned, the perfect symmetry to the Knicks' ground invasion and success against the Sixers was to take this city's rivalry to a new level. We needed Giants-Eagles week one, and they screwed it up.
Right.
And as soon as I heard the news earlier today that it's going to be Giants-Cowboys to open the season, just a missed opportunity. Now, the beauty of the NFL is they can't screw anything up. Because they could put two Pee-wee teams playing each other on Sunday Night Football, and it'll get a massive rating. And obviously, if you're a Giant fan, you're pumped up no matter who you face. But I'm just saying, as an ISO, an independent sports observer, or an independent Philadelphia ass-whooping observer, that's what we needed. And it needed to be in Philadelphia. Like, it needed to be the scene of the crime. Giants-Eagles on Sunday night.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Instead, we get the Cowboys-Giants again.
Again.
At least this one is at home for the New York Giant fan.
That is true. More on the NFL schedule a little bit later on. But Knick fans, it is your time. 7 consecutive victories by a combined 185 points, a successful ground invasion of the city of Philadelphia, and now you're off to the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll get to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And yes, I am aware that there are some people in this audience that want my tears. So I will address the masses. I will address the 17 people that were devastated by the lottery news yesterday. We'll get to it coming up. But right now, it's time for the Yankee Turning Point of the game. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's Yankee Turning Point at 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326, and you'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card. It's from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's, and your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This portion of the program is sponsored by New York Presbyterian with world-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine in over 450 locations across New York City and Westchester. Expert healthcare is close to home. Book an appointment at nyp.org. It's also sponsored by Ray Katina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
It's official. Fanatics Fest 2026 is back at the Jacob Javits Convention Center in New York City this July 16th through the 19th. The first lineup of talent has been announced, featuring some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment, including Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Aaron Judge, Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Tyson, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Diana Taurasi, Josh Hart, and many more. The world's #1 sports fan festival is back, bringing fans closer to athletes through the live moments, photo ops, autographs, and unforgettable experiences. Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com.
We're throwing one of the biggest parties of the year and want you there. Come hang with us at WFAN's annual kickoff to summer with Boomer and Gio. Live from DJ's on Ocean Avenue in Belmar on Friday, May 22nd at 6 a.m. We'll get your Memorial Day weekend started with a bash featuring special guest, certified platinum country rock band, Parmalee.
Home is where my heart is still beating.
We want to see you and your friends down the shore for WFAN's Kickoff to Summer 2026. It's all brought to you by Flag and Anthem, Nielsen Dodge, Sloman's, and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
Mercedes-Benz of Edison has done it again. Named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com in New Jersey and the entire U.S. Expect exceptional service, an unmatched selection, and a luxury experience you won't find anywhere else. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison or RayCatinaEdison.com.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
You look like you could use a refresher, a Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There are so many delicious flavors like mango, pineapple, or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks, plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
The playoffs are underway, and it's the most electric time in basketball. On Kalshi, you can trade on every single playoff game, every series, the conference finals, and the championship. Right now, in the second round, Minnesota is trading at 23% to beat San Antonio, meaning a $100 trade pays out $435 if they win the series. New York is trading at 10% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $940 if they take the title. As the playoffs heat up, those numbers move in real time, and you can buy in and out anytime. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, value, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
If you're looking for a great price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go: Town Fair Tire, where you always get the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires. But it doesn't end there, because Town Fair Tire gives you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. More free services than any other tire dealer. That's why we say nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
It's now time for the Corona Lime Time highlight of the night, presented by Corona.
Brunson wants some room, uses a Robinson screen, fires up another 3, puts it in. Incredible shooting. Knicks can't miss from three-point range. 9 of 10. And Brunson that time just walks off a screen. They're in drop coverage. Embiid back. There's a paint. That's an easy look for Brunson.
That call courtesy of ESPN, as you hear the Knicks fans in the background in complete takeover.
Yeah, did a great job. Now, let me just address this. I get it in and out, and we can move on with our lives. Yesterday was the biggest day of the sports calendar for me because as a loser fan of some horrible teams, you have to rely on ping pong balls. And so the Brooklyn Nets were relying on winning the lottery, something they don't do unless they traded the pick away. Those are the rules. And I went into this lottery knowing it's going to end bad. I was prepared for it. I said it many times.
Why did you know it was going to
Because we're the Nets.
That has nothing to do with the Nets.
Okay, well, we don't have any luck on our side. But when that logo showed up at 6, the feeling of death just took over my body. And I don't mean like actual death because I'm still alive, but just death of, wow, they're never going to win anything. They had KD and Kyrie, and a pandemic stopped them. A pandemic stopped them. Last year, they moved down 3 spots to 8. This year, they were awful. I sat through it. I embraced it. And they go in a 4-person draft, or at least a draft that were perceived to be just be in the top 4. They go from 3 to 6. And I'm not mad at anybody because the rules are the rules, and I understood the tank, and I understood the risks. It's more like, what do we have to do to get some luck? And then it hit me. I realize what needs to be done. I need to be the better man. I brought this all upon me. This is all my fault. So Net fans, all 30 of you, I take the blame. And you want to know why I take the blame?
Why did you bring this on?
May 15th, 2019, and I can't live it down. I need to exorcise the demons of May 15th, 2019.
Okay, what happened on May 15th, 2019?
On May 15th, 2019, you people, that's right, most of the audience, you Knicks fans, you were me. You had the worst record in the league, and you were sitting there in what was perceived to be a two-man lottery for Zion Williamson or Ja Morant. Now, forget for a second what Zion has turned into and what Ja has turned into, and obviously what you have turned into. Your whole season was about tanking. Your whole season was about winning the lottery. And I, like the stupid idiot I am, decided to do a live podcast during the lottery. I'm just going to play it. Because the only way to exercise these cursed jinxed Nets demons is to play it, meet my maker, and apologize.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that douchey idiot, Evan Roberts, on May 15th, 2019, doing a live podcast as the lottery balls are filtering out.
Picking 4 will be. Please be the LA Lakers. Holy shit. All right, so the Lakers did not win the lottery. They're 4. Will the Knicks be 3? The next logo will be the Knicks. Yes! 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 All right. I'm sorry, Knicks fans. I didn't mean to rub that in.
No, I did. I did mean to rub it in. But here I am 7 years later, genuinely. Bended knee. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry I was so douchey. I'm sorry I celebrated your pain. And you got the last laugh. You're in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's all worked out for you. And I feel like I'm still eating the demons of that horrible decision. So, Knicks fans, every single one of you, bro, I am sorry. I shouldn't have done it.
Why are you sorry?
Because I've earned this. I've earned this.
I didn't know. Sean just told me.
Yeah.
You know that was OG.
What do you mean that was? No, it was R.J. Barrett. Oh, because it turned into OG?
That's OG.
I understand what it turned
that
into.
number 3 pick was fantastic.
I understand.
Because it's OG.
I get what it turned into for the Knicks. Yes. I'm saying, what did it turn into for me? I end up with KD and Kyrie. I lose a championship opportunity because of a pandemic and Giannis being dirty. And then this. So the only thing that can curse the demons facing the Brooklyn Nets is I am so sorry. I shouldn't have done it. I was horribly ill-advised. I apologize. So, Knicks fans, just accept my apology because it's all I got.
I don't see the connection.
I
celebrated their lottery pain,
I know,
Tiki.
but that lottery pain turned to OG Anunoby.
I know, but that lottery pain is turning into my pain.
No,
While it worked out well for the Knicks, the Nets have been snake-bitten with some of the worst lottery luck imaginable. And I feel like I'm the reason for it. I am sorry.
You are the reason for it, but it's just because you're a bitch, to be honest with you, like Joel Embiid. Because Evan...
Tiki called Embiid a bitch.
Yeah. Dude. What? It's not because you laughed at him. It's because you try to play this IBO, all this crap.
Yeah.
We sat there, 3 weeks ago now at the draft, when I went for that high five when the Knicks went to lose, and you didn't give it back, and you scolded me.
Because I was showing class. I was learning from my mistakes.
Okay, and guess what happened?
What?
The Knicks haven't lost yet, and the Nets screwed up the lottery. You think maybe a little high five could have given the
that was game 3?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They have not lost since Evan snubbed me on the high five.
They're a different team.
Yeah, and guess what? You know what the basketball gods? Evan doesn't care enough about this pick. He wouldn't even high five Sean after the Knicks.
You know
lost.
what? You're right. Forget 2019, May 15th, 2019. You need to apologize to Sean Morash.
Done. I'm sorry, Sean Morash.
Thank you. You should have just owned
It's too
it.
late now because you're
the basketball
picking 6.
gods figured you were competent. You were content with the Knicks. You don't need the Nets.
Speaking of the Knicks, though, in all seriousness, it was a tough day yesterday, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to flip it and say, don't worry, Darius Akoff's going to be the next Damian Lillard. I hope he is, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. What I will tell you is...
Keaton Wagler.
There's a lot of options. By the way,
I'm just looking at all the
they may end up with
fives.
They may end up with a really good player. I'm not going to tell you they can't. It's just obviously devastating news to go from that kind of season to picking 6th. But I believe when you look around at the NBA playoffs, sure, the San Antonio Spurs were built on lottery luck, no doubt. The Oklahoma City Thunder were built on maybe the greatest trade in NBA history for SGA. The New York Knicks were built how exactly? And so I say this.
Great executing.
Yes. I say this as an olive branch, but also to bring the Knicks back into the conversation. You guys are actually an inspiration because you did lose the lottery in 2019. And to a lot of Knicks fans, it was devastating news. And within 2 years, you're in the postseason. And within 4 years, you were this behemoth that you've been ever since 2023. So the Knicks are a reminder, not that I'm going to turn into them, because God knows they probably won't, but the Knicks are a reminder that you don't necessarily just need lottery luck to turn your franchise around. You hit it. You need really smart executives. And you need to find the superstar who you didn't know was a superstar waiting for his opportunity.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done. How many Jaylen Brunsons are there just hanging around, sitting behind another superstar and not getting any burn until that superstar gets hurt, and then he extra shows himself?
A.J. Mitchell, I'm watching him right now.
All right, well,
go trade the farm for him.
Maybe. I mean, but that it's
what?
You're right about the Knicks and their strategy, their plan that Leon Rose has had. And it's felt, and I love the word, but it's felt intentional. It's felt like this is what we want to do, and this is how we're going to do it. Even if we do have to give up 5 picks for Mikal Bridges, which a lot of people are going to say is stupid and crazy. And 2 weeks ago, everybody would have said it's the worst thing you've ever done. Now you look at Mikal Bridges as well as some of these other top of the score sheet players. That's why the Knicks are where they are, and so. That's hard to replicate.
I agree. I think a lot of things are hard to replicate. Even tanking to success is hard to replicate. Of
course.
Like the San Antonio.
Tanking to success is impossible to replicate.
Ask the Spurs.
Because you're drafting a 19-year-old kid who's been out of high school for a year.
I'm sorry, the San Antonio Spurs.
But Wembanyama is a completely different. He's a freak.
I agree.
He's like Giannis was.
I agree.
When he came here. You're not going to get that every year.
I completely agree with you. I'm just telling you that even when you get the number 1 overall pick, actually we're agreeing with each other.
Yeah,
doesn't guarantee you anything. And nothing is easy. And I am certainly not saying what the Knicks have accomplished is easy. I'm saying that in this dark, dark time, believe it or not, I actually look at the Knicks as an inspiration.
Right.
Because that lottery day of 2019 was a dark day for Knicks fans. They remember it. And then a few months later, they thought they were getting superstars in free agency, and they didn't. And that was a dark day. And here you are. So it's a testament to Leon Rose. It's a testament to what the Knicks have been. And honestly, it's all I got. I have to look at you for hope. That's where I'm at.
Now you just got to find your Leon Rose.
Yeah. Well, it's not Sean Marks. I can tell you. I can tell you that. All right, very quickly, let's see how we did on our lottery predictions. We all made them on Friday. Let's start it off with Tiki Barber on what and how the lottery will play out. As we sit here on Friday, May 8th, 48 hours ahead of the lottery, why don't you just spoil it for us and tell us who's winning the lottery and where will my beloved Brooklyn Nets pick? Go ahead.
This won't hurt you as much as some other teams would. Golden State.
Golden State's winning the lottery?
Yep.
I mean, what a disgrace.
And where are the
That's
Nets?
my pick.
And where are the Nets picking?
I'm going to say the Nets are picking 3rd.
Okay, so you were very wrong. The Warriors didn't move up, and I wish the Nets were picking 3rd. Sean Morash. So how about you, Sean? Who's winning the lottery this week?
I think Memphis, as they ship John Morant down. NBA does them a little gift. Save basketball in Memphis here.
Grizzlies. Okay. And where do the Nets? And where do the Nets pick?
I was with Tiki 3rd.
All right. Well, you got the Nets part wrong, and Memphis moved up. So to their credit, they went from 6 to 3.
Yep.
How did I do, Evan Roberts? I think that the Washington Wizards will win the lottery. Yes. And I think the Nets are getting screwed. We're going to pick 7th. So,
wow.
7th?
Yeah.
You almost nailed it.
I mean, I basically
You
did.
almost nailed it.
This is why when I say I'm not surprised, I'm backed up by I'm not surprised. The Washington Wizards win the lottery, correct?
It's not fair for the Wizards to win the lottery.
Why? They won 17 games.
Yeah, because they traded for 2 superstars, didn't play either of them, and tanked as low as they could go.
Yeah.
And then they win the lottery.
But remember, they were the team that finished 2 in the Wembanyama lottery. So you talk about luck and unluck. That may be the unluckiest thing ever. When you were that close to Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just talking about this year.
I'm not bitter against the Washington Wizards.
I'm not either because
they sucked, and they've sucked for a long time. I wish my team got that lucky.
How are they not going to be good next
They should be a factor next year, and I think they were going to be good either way. But now you throw in the fact that they may end up with A.J. DeBonsa or wherever they decide to go number 1 overall. The Wizards are going to be a force. And we have a bonus lottery prediction. This came on the Joe Beningo Saturday program.
I feel bad for the Nets. I feel bad for my old partner, Evan.
Thanks.
I mean, come on. And you know they're not winning the lottery either. You know they'll never win. They'll never let Brooklyn win the lottery. Never.
So Joe nailed it. Now, I don't know why they would never let us win the lottery. I don't know if I buy that completely, but they're backed up by the results.
You're not doing enough for the league.
We opened up trade with China again. That was done by Joe Tsai. What do you mean we're not doing enough for the league?
That was too many years ago.
That was last year. They started playing preseason games again there because of Joe Tsai and his leadership. We don't do enough for the NBA. Whatever. Let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. How about someone who was a part of the ground invasion of the city of Philadelphia that will forever be talked about? Rui is calling from Ossining. What's up, Rui?
Hey, boys. Good morning. How are you?
All's good. What's up, dude?
What's up?
So, real quick, you were talking about the tickets. I got my tickets via Game Time. That led me to the 76ers Ticketmaster. I live in Westchester. I thought that wasn't going to work, but that was easy as a normal way of getting tickets. But once we pulled into the parking lot, just like you said, Evan, it was about 70 to 75%.
Wow.
It was so salty. The 76ers announcers probably took them 15 seconds to go through the Knicks starting a lineup, so we didn't have a chance to cheer them on. Fourth quarter, they were doing a T-shirt toss. I saw one 76ers kid get about 6 T-shirts because there was no one else to give them to. And in the fourth quarter, it was no lie, 90% Knicks fans in the fourth quarter easily, and I wouldn't be surprised if it would have been 95. So
yeah,
the experience is great. The takeover was great. Everybody was respectful, and it was a great Mother's Day, and it was a good time, and I'll continue listening to you boys.
Yeah, appreciate you, Rui. That's probably why no one got arrested.
Because there was no one to fight with?
No, but it was also Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
You might have taken your mom, or your mom might have been watching on television. Last thing you want to do is be in a Philadelphia jail.
No. I mean, you're already in a Philadelphia jail by having to be in the city.
That's true.
It's basically a jail. Let's go to Limo Driver Ed. What's up, Limo Driver?
What's up, Ed?
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
All's well.
Good, man.
All right. Then what did I tell you guys before anything really started? I said RELAX. Did I not say that, Evan?
Yep.
Did I not say it?
Yeah.
And I told you guys to relax. Look how this team is, and I don't want to hear nothing about Tibbs anymore. Mike Brown done surpassed him. He done got the team back where everybody said he better have this team back in the championship before they get there. He better have them there. Well, he did that. Also, too, look all the records that the Knicks was breaking.
Yeah.
I mean, 3-pointers, all different types of things, points. But the Knicks have played, I'm going to tell you guys, they're healthy. He plays the bench the right way. All the guys are coming off the bench. You see that at one time, they was like 22-0 to Philly.
Right. You mean the bench
what I'm
points?
saying?
Well, that was one of the big differences, that Philly's bench was a problem, and the Knick bench was the other kind of problem.
100%.
The good problem. As far as the discourse around Tom Thibodeau versus Mike Brown, this was always going to be defined by the postseason. And where the Knicks are right now is where Tom Thibodeau got picked off. So when you say, I don't want to hear Tom Thibodeau's name mentioned, you won't for a week and a half. But if they lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, you will.
I think also, but
fair or not,
I only think that happens, Evan, if it doesn't look right. If the Knicks lose simply because Detroit's better, it'll be different. Like they lose a 6-game series or even 7, and the Detroit Pistons are just better. They can't figure out Cade Cunningham. Whatever the circumstances are, it'll be different. Because with Tibbs, it felt like you beat them up so much that the reason they can't get through is because they're beat up.
And that's the opposite of where they are right now in terms of running out of gas. They're going to have at least a week off.
I mean, they played 30 minutes
in
this game.
Right.
Maybe.
Guys haven't had to play big minutes. All season long, the minutes have been different than a year earlier. And certainly this run that they're on has also been less taxing.
Yeah, this was the
So if
second-
they lose, it won't be because they're out of gas.
Was this the second game in a row that the entire bench played?
Yeah.
The entire bench.
I think when you blow a team out that way.
I mean, this is like when you play the scholarship game or whatever. What do they call it? The what do they call it, Sean, in college football when they
The red shirt?
No, when they pay the team to come get their doors beat in.
I don't know if it's an official name, but it's just the invitational.
Right,
basically.
whatever it may be. It's Mount St. Mary going to play University of Alabama, right? You come to get your doors beat off. So
Collect a paycheck.
Like the third string players are playing.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
this felt like.
I don't know if anyone else had this thought, but I'm watching the entire game. I figured you never know what happens at the end of a blowout. I'm going to hang in there until the very end. And there was a part of me that thought that Mike Brown should have kept his starters in. And my thought behind this, hear me out.
Go ahead.
Was they're going to have a week off.
Right.
So
yeah, at the very least, it's a week, and it might be 19.
More.
It might be 9 days,
right? So
depending on how the Detroit-Cleveland series goes.
So I'm debating this in my head because obviously the risk is injury, and you would hate to have an injury.
No, you can't do it.
You can't do it.
No, you can't do it.
Because I am thinking I got to keep these guys fresh.
Someone rolls an ankle, and it just screws everything up.
I know,
you can't do it.
But you also have an eye on freshness, don't you?
You do, but either way, you're gonna be sitting for a long time. Right, I think it's better to say, all right, Landry Shamet or whoever else.
Tyler
Kolek.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, go get some love, man.
Go get some burn.
Right, you got a ton of Knicks fans, 70% Knicks fans here. Go show out in front of them while Philadelphia cries on their way home.
Let's go to Edmund in Brooklyn. Good morning, Edmund. Edmund.
Good morning.
What's up, dude?
Can you hear me?
Yep, what's up?
Yes, what's up, man?
So I was at on the game Friday, game 6 2 years ago. Would have loved to be there yesterday. I think the difference is Knicks fans are just different. Philly fans couldn't stop saying the entire night Friday that the stadium was packed just because we can't afford our own stadium. That is not it at all. While that may be a small factor, I think they underestimate the joy of going down to Philly to beat down that team and that fan base. Driving down the turnpike, seeing Knicks fans the whole way. Every time you get to the parking lot, always 50% Knicks fans. I don't think they understand they're a fake sports city, and New York is back.
They're a fake sports city. I think to get to what we saw yesterday.
I mean, what was the get-in?
The get-in price ended up at about $120, $130. Last I checked. I was trying to keep abreast of it, but, you miss sometimes.
That was for Sunday.
Yeah.
Friday.
So much lower than Madison Square Garden. Still expensive.
But Friday was probably what, 150?
I think it was like 160, 170. Yeah.
So I mean, it is an expensive ticket.
I think that there's what's the word I'm looking for? A conclave of events that lead to that kind of showing. It's more than just one reason.
I mean, confluence.
A confluence of events. There it is. It's a confluence of events.
Conclave. Are we electing another pope?
Yeah, we may. There's a confluence of events that leads to that kind of embarrassment.
Yeah.
And so you're going to hear a lot of things, a lot of theories, one of which he mentioned Sixer fans said, it's too expensive to go to Madison Square Garden. Yeah, there's a level of truth to that.
No, I think he was saying the 76er fan in Philly was saying it's expensive to come here.
Well, I'm sure it is.
To come to the
$150 as a get-in price is still expensive.
Right.
So I think pricing does have something to do with it. I've told you before that if the Sixers had won the first two games or split the first two games and the get-in was over $300-400, which it was a week ago, there would have been fewer Knicks fans. It still would have been a lot of Knicks fans, but it would have been fewer. So I think that's absolutely a confluence of events. The other thing is, yes, the Knicks fan right now is the most desperate and passionate fan base in this town. And the reason I'll put them over the Jets is because, A, there are just more Knicks fans than Jet fans based on the fact that I get that the Nets represent less than 1% of the city, while the Jets maybe represent 35 to 40% of the city. And also, the Knicks are good.
Yeah,
the
close.
Jets aren't good yet.
They're close.
They're close.
Right. Whereas the Jets still have some time. I think the Jet fan will come out of the woodworks if they get good.
Well, they have. I mean, I've done road trips with the New York Jets. I was there for the AFC Championship game against the Steelers. There were plenty of Jet fans there. Jet fans travel. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying at this state of time right now, the Knicks fan is the most desperate and they're the closest.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think when you take all those little things, that's how you get a full-fledged ground invasion that overtook the city of Philadelphia. And then you mix in the apathy that the Sixer fan has after being down 0-2 and just not believing in the team.
Yeah, I don't think they really did it at all, even before the postseason started. Maybe they got a little buoyed because of what happened in Boston. But after the beatdown in Game 1, the writing was on the wall.
I'll give you an example where this could happen between Giants-Eagles, because I think that's always the big response that Eagle fans have, which is, this would never happen with the Eagles. It's not true. I can give you an example. You want to hear it?
I don't remember the Giant fan taking over.
No, it hasn't happened. I have to create a moment.
The link.
I'm going to create a moment for you, and you tell me if I'm right about this. Obviously, you guys are Giants, so you tell me if I've created it. This season, the Philadelphia Eagles start the year 9-0. But it's a soft 9-0, kind of like the last couple of years where they're playing well, they're winning games, but there's still not a belief. And then the Eagles slowly start collapsing, okay? They end up finishing the season 11-6, and win the division. So again, they start 9-0. They finish 11-6, which means they lose 6 out of their last 8 games.
Okay.
And everybody in Philly's like, oh my God, Jalen Hurts sucks. I don't believe in Nick Sirianni. This is a disaster.
By the way, they're saying that anyways.
They're saying it anyway, but imagine what I just described. 9-0, 11-6.
Okay.
Win the division, host a playoff game. The Giants under John Harbaugh, they'll start the year 1-3, 1-4, and then they start coming. And they're coming hard. And they're playing really well. And they finished the season 9-8. But the Giant fan is all through the roof like, bro, we made the playoffs. What a turnaround. Jackson Dart's the man. You guys are flying. And now you're playing the Eagles in Philadelphia on Wild Card Weekend. You've got an Eagle fan base that is just completely given up. We don't think this team's any good. We're lucky to have won the division. And a Giant fan base that is through the moon. How does the Lynx sound on that Sunday afternoon? You tell me.
All right, so me personally,
I think it's still Philly dominant.
Yeah, and I think here's the deal.
Damn it!
You could get more Giant fans than physically were Knick fans there. Like, you could get 30,000 Giant fans there, but you're talking about 80,000 seats where it's still predominantly Philly.
Yeah.
And the Philly fan, here's the problem with the Sixers. They'll be there to boo the Eagles off the field. The Sixers, they didn't even deem
They don't
boo.
care.
Yeah, they
right.
weren't even
It's the
worth a
whole.
boo
It's
off
the
court.
whole apathy is worse
Yeah.
than hate.
Yeah.
I think the Eagle fan would go expecting to boo. They would say, all right, you guys lose to the Giants at home. We're booing you loudly.
Okay.
And we're not leaving.
Yeah.
And now we're going to accost all the Giant fans as they try to walk out the door.
So where I'll slightly disagree with you is I think there'll be a lot of Eagle fans that would do that. I think there'd be a great showing of Giant fans.
Yeah.
Now, would it equal the 75% invasion that we saw yesterday? That'd be really tough to do. And you mentioned it, Sean, the sheer amount of seats in that building. But I think we would see an invasion.
I did find a game where there was an invasion like this from New York, and it did involve Giant fans.
Go.
Giants Bucks wild card round 2007 in Tampa.
Here's the difference, and I agree with you.
That was
Florida-
like 70% Giants.
Florida almost doesn't count.
Okay, and that's fair.
Hey, they're not Philly. They're not Boston. They're not and half of New Yorkers live down there anyway. I almost think like Mets Marlins. Like, really, that's what we're going to look at?
Right.
Yankees Rays.
That wasn't fair. It was like it's like the Giant Super Bowl when we played in Tampa against the Ravens. It was all Giant fans.
But
because half of them live there.
But Philly is about how many of these people from New Jersey that only drive the same hour these people in Florida are driving.
But it's Philly. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I
you're
agree.
still invading a tougher place to invade.
And it's not as sexy. It's not as sexy to invade Tampa.
It's Florida.
Right.
Like, I almost don't count Florida. No offense. Like, if the Yankees and Rays...
I feel like half of my friends that are over 55, they live in Florida.
Exactly.
I'm not even joking.
If the Yankees play the Rays in the American League Championship Series, which, by the way, how on the table is that right now? Don't you think we would get kind of a 50-50 split in that series? I would think so. And I don't think any of us would be impressed by it. We would just be like, yeah, it's Florida.
Right.
Okay, no big deal. We'll get back to your calls in a second, 888-808-1019. Plus, the New York Yankees had a very tough weekend in Milwaukee. How concerned should we be?
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Is perfect steak possible? Discover how at chefiq.com. How sweep it is, as we've discussed, in a game that felt like nobody in Philadelphia cared about, including the Sixers. The Knicks did sweep away Philly, 144-114. But in baseball, the Yankees were swept away themselves in Milwaukee. Bryce Terang walk-off hit off David Bednar, and now the Yankees trail the Rays in the AL East by a game. And the Mets almost let Eduardo Rodriguez throw a complete game yesterday. They lost 5-1, and the new losing streak has begun.
Let's guess the Yankee turning point. To me, it's got to be the walk-off by Bryce Terang.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it being anything else.
Maybe there's some. It's got to be because the game was easily winnable by either side. You walk off. That's got to be.
Let's hear it. The turning point of yesterday's Yankee loss.
A 1-1 pitch. Rodon deals ball, hit up the middle, diving is Jazzy, can't get it. Here comes one run, and right behind, here's the throw. Not in time, he's running. He scores, and all the way to seconds goes Blake Perkins. Milwaukee has taken a lead. It's 3-2 Brewers here in the fifth.
I'm surprised. So Blake Perkins' hit obviously started to beat around Carlos Rodon, who got off to a good start, and it gave the Brewers a 3-2 lead. But 2 innings later, the Yankees tied the game. And it was a 3-3 game going into the bottom of the ninth inning.
The turning point's got to be something that wins the game.
Yeah. That's a weird one. But okay.
Come on, Emmanuel.
All right, Emmanuel. There you go.
We told him the turning point can't end a game. Now he's listening to us, and we're going to criticize him.
We didn't say that.
Okay, but that gave the Brewers the lead. The Yankees came back and tied the game.
I think we're going to make Emmanuel's brain into a blender here. I think he's listening to us, and now we need to teach him again.
Oh, jeez.
We're really good.
Okay, Aaron. More on the Yankees coming up in a few minutes, should there be any level of concern. And did Dave Sims yell at a Milwaukee fan over the weekend? We have the audio and we'll analyze. 888-808-1019. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama's making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new premium vodka plus 80. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drink flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. Perfect for after the rec league, the golf course, or the crew that is always on the move. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light is here to fuel the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
The bats from the Boogie Down will be swinging for the fences in Queens as the first stop of the Subway Series is set for Citi Field. But before we get you the game, WFAN takes the train to Midtown for an all-day broadcast extravaganza. Friday, May 15th from the MLB NYC flagship store. The warm-up show, Boomer and Gio, Evan, Tiki, and Morash, Carton and McMonigal will get you ready for Rivalry Weekend live from inside the MLB NYC flagship store on 6th Avenue. It's all brought to you by Major League Baseball and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Old Trapper, what's your beef? It was announced this morning that Week 1 Sunday Night Football will be the Dallas Cowboys visiting the New York Football Giants. And there's a lot of optimism right now around Big Blue with John Harbaugh as the coach. And I'm a Giants fan saying this. I would be really surprised if the Dallas Cowboys didn't win that game easily. I'm Nick Costos.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature-Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, May 21st, when the Yankees host the Toronto Blue Jays, and be ready to receive a great promotional giveaway. It's Yankees Cap Night. The first 18,000 guests through the gates, 21 and over, will receive a Yankees cap presented by Budweiser. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. That's the Yankees and the division rival Blue Jays on Yankees Cap Night, Thursday, May 21st, presented by Budweiser. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Score our John Starks special this month. A Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. That's right, all threes. It's my favorite number. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires June 1st.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Whenever water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the Game of the Week Report, brought to you by Hyundai.
We have a full slate of baseball games scheduled for Monday night as the season continues to heat up. Atlanta will take on Miami, Houston will visit the Twin Cities, and Colorado will host Texas. We'll also see San Francisco out in Arizona, San Diego hosts Los Angeles, and Chicago takes on Seattle.
The Game of the Week Report is brought to you by the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is just driving the kids to soccer practice. Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space.
Come on, guys. Mill cleats on a seat.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. That's 562-314-4603.
The Rico Bronya podcast is proudly sponsored by Takara Fuji Apple Chew High, the sparkling cocktail that blends shochu spirits with delicious flavors of fruits from Japan. Whether it's Citi Field or your favorite spot, raise the apple.
The home of Yankees radio is WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
One of the most dominant sweeps in New York sports history. Knicks advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals for a second straight year. More on what they accomplished and what to look forward to moving forward. Plus, I'm still stunned by what Joel Embiid said after the game. We'll get to all that as the show rolls on, but very quietly, the Yankees lost 3 straight games to the Milwaukee Brewers. All 3 games were, in ways, winnable games. Games that they sort of had, specifically the one on Saturday, in which Timmy Hill made a horrible decision with 2 on and 1 out to throw to third base on a comebacker that really did them in. Yep. I mean, it was such a brain lock, and I forget who was on the call. I think it was Joe Girardi. I'm trying to remember now. Said, does he know how many outs there were?
Yeah.
Now, Tim Hill, after the game, said it was just a bad decision. So he didn't say he didn't know how many outs there were. I guess he claims he knew how many outs there were.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter because it was just such a bad decision.
Right.
And that allowed Contreras to get the sacrifice fly. And obviously, the Yankees lose. And we know what happened yesterday. Carlos Rodon's first start back. I won't draw too many conclusions from that. But look, the Yankees went to Milwaukee and they scored 6 runs in 3 games. That's a problem.
Yeah.
They only hit 2 home runs, which for them is a problem.
That's not how they've won over these last, 2 weeks or so. They've done it by manufacturing hits, smashing home runs when you had to. Ben Rice was back, but obviously he still looks a little rusty from a week off or a week and a half off. And they weren't the Yankees that we saw on the homestand. So, but am I worried about it? No. Mainly because they were 2 walk-offs. It's not like they got their doors blown off. It's not like they were completely anemic and there were signs for worry about anything. Carlos Rodon, you mentioned his start. It's his first game back. So I'm not worried about him. I would love to see him have come out and pitched great, but he pitched well and just not quite good enough. His control was off a little bit.
The only thing that I think bothers the Yankee fan, and you tell me, Sean, if this is sticking in your craw, is that right now the Yankees just haven't had success in the rare games they've played against teams above 500.
Too early for me to be worried about that. Like, I don't know. At no point as they were losing games this weekend did I go, man, here's a team above 500 and the Yankees can't beat them. They got mowed down by Jacob Mizorowski, who's owning the National League right now. And then the other two games, like Tiki said, they shouldn't have blown the second game. And yesterday they battled back and didn't get it done at the end. I don't think it's an alarm fire.
What did I see about Mizorowski? He threw 5 of the fastest pitches in baseball.
Dude, he was hitting 103, 104.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
No, he's incredible.
And he's throwing them for strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of the most brilliant young arms in the sport. So, yes, he's fantastic. I think the under 500 thing is very overblown. Like, we mentioned it last week, passingly. Like, it's kind of funny. They have only won one game against the team above 500.
Right, but they're also taking care of business. Bad teams, they're beating up.
Which is very important, because if you take care of business at the level the Yankees are taking care of business, A, you're going to win 100 games, and then B, there's a lot of taking care of business teams in the American League. Much like 2024, you may go to the World Series anyway. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't concern me. I also think it can be misleading. Because when are we judging a team as above 500? Like when you face them or what their record is now? Because there's a handful of teams probably in the American League who are going to end up being a lot better than what their record says they are right now. So I think it's a misleading number, but I understand because the facts are the facts. We're a quarter of the way through the season. The Yankees haven't had a lot of success against good teams. But they've also not played a lot of good teams.
And look, what are they, 4-2 versus Texas? If the Texas Rangers hadn't played the Yankees yet, they're above 500. So what does that tell you?
No, I think there's a few examples of that where
that's the point that Evan was making.
So it's stupid.
Yeah, so it doesn't concern you at all.
No. Now, they get really swept on Memorial Day weekend by the Rays? Okay, we can have that conversation.
The Ray thing is the biggest deal because
they're not going away.
And it will remind you of last year. Like, the biggest thing about last year when the Yankees won 94 games and tied for the best record in the American League, and it was the thing Sean yelled at me about through August and September, even though I was ultimately half right, was he said they can't beat Boston or Toronto. I thought they could, and I was half right because they beat Boston, couldn't beat Toronto. If there's a team in your division like Tampa Bay, and you just can't beat them, it's going to remind you of what happened last year with the Blue Jays. And that'll be a big fear. But you look at the rest of the American League, how many quote-unquote good teams are there?
Tampa?
That's the one.
I know.
But the other story out of this weekend's Yankee game, because this was Saturday, was the Dave Sims thing. I don't know if you heard this.
I did not.
So there was a foul ball, and you're going to hear it in this clip. There's a foul ball, and it sounded like Dave Sims kind of went away from the mic and started screaming at a Brewer fan to give that foul ball to a kid. So that's my description. Take a listen. This was from Saturday night's Yankees-Brewers game, as heard right here on WFAN.
Popped it up. That'll all get out of play. It'll be right in front of us. Wow, that's very close to us. Can't even find it. Oh, there it is. Give it to a kid.
Give it to the little...
Give it to a kid. There you go. Give it to a kid.
Was that Dave Sims?
I mean, it sounded like him.
Because I have people telling me, no, it's a fan. I think that was Dave Sims.
Of course.
There's a fan sitting near the microphone that sounds exactly like Dave Sims.
No, it sounded just like Dave Sims.
Exactly.
Oh, so we all agree that was Dave Sims.
Oh, yeah.
Saying, give it to the kid in the microphone, and then going, give it to a kid. Come on.
Because both him and Susan were saying, give it to the kid.
Yeah, I thought that was great work by Dave Sims.
And by the way, the kid got the ball.
Yeah.
Great job.
Maybe because of Dave Sims?
Maybe.
How is that great work by Dave Sims?
Because he bullied a Brewer fan into giving the foul ball to a kid.
And is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I disagree wholeheartedly.
What should you do with a foul ball?
Here's what I would say. You should never steal a foul ball from a kid. You should never knock over a kid to get a foul ball. But if you catch a foul ball...
But do you need a foul ball?
It's not the
So if you were sitting there and you were this guy, Brewer fan or not, doesn't matter. You're this guy and you get a foul ball. Do you really need it?
I don't, because I've already caught a foul ball in my life. But if I've never caught a foul ball in my life, it's been my dream. I'm going to catch this, and I got to turn around and hand it to some kid that's going to blow snots on it who has no idea.
It's a foul ball. Yeah, but that kid is going to be so excited about it.
But the foul ball is like the peak NARP pinnacle. Like, wow, I caught a ball in a professional game.
Is it really?
It's a big deal to a lot of people. Now, again.
Are you sure?
again,
I don't understand this phenomenon. Because it's a ball that you could literally go by at a dick.
But it's not the same. It wasn't hit off a major league bat. Not the same. Look, and I'm not telling you have to keep it. If you want to give it to a kid, I just don't think you should ever be bullied into giving it to a kid that did nothing to earn the right for that ball.
What value is that going to give you?
I don't. Probably.
So 10 years
minimal.
from now, what are you saying about that ball? Oh, I caught a random foul ball at a March or May 12th game, 8th game.
Listen, I don't know, man. I got a foul ball. I know whose bat it came off of. I know who was pitching, and it means a great deal. That being said,
whose bat did it come off? And
Derek Jeter's.
Oh, see, that's different.
I've told this story though.
Well, that's different.
I also could have given the ball to the lady who had smashed in the head, and I kept it. She left in a stretcher.
How
I left
old
with the
were
ball. I was 13.
You were the freaking kid, dude. I know. Of course you kept
people
that
were
ball.
telling me I should have given the ball to the lady. She was bleeding.
You were the kid at that point.
Yeah, your story's a little bit different because you're talking about if a foul ball injures someone, do you owe it to give it to them?
Yeah.
Versus Dave Sims, rightfully so, bullying that fan
Right.
into just giving it to a
the
kid.
The ball hit concrete or hit the ground and rolled around. Someone found it underneath a seat probably and said, hey, here you go, kid.
But here's what happens in turn. That kid's probably with a sibling. That kid starts fighting with the sibling about who gets the ball. The dad's got the aggravation. Then it goes home and it gets used in the backyard. Then it's dirty. Then the dog's chewing it. And then it doesn't end up with
anything. And
anything.
they didn't have to go spend any of their disposable income at Dick's to buy a baseball.
Stop bullying people into giving foul balls to kids. Screw the kids.
Dave, great job. I think that bullying was very important because I don't think if Dave Sims, because think about it, he's off mic, which means he's sticking his head out and he's yelling. So now you've got someone from authority, a broadcaster, lecturing you to give that foul ball to a kid. I don't know if that guy or gal gives it to a kid. So great work by Dave Sims Saturday night in Milwaukee. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Ron is in Brooklyn. What's up, Ron?
Hey, fellas. Good morning. How we doing?
Excellent. What's up, man?
Excellent. All right, so I waited to call in with this because I didn't want to curse the series, as I believe as a Mets fan, my sports fandom is actually cursed.
Yes.
But I knew the series was over after game one, okay? Outside my career, I'm also in nightlife here in New York, and I have it fully confirmed that after getting blown out by 39 points at Madison Square Garden, the Philadelphia 76ers went out clubbing. Now, I know players are allowed to do this. We can all live our own lives. I'm not trying to be a tattletale. But I think it's about reading the room. You're coming off a short rest against Boston. You get blown out by 39. You pop out for a drink. Now, I'm 35. Paul George is 36. I'm not saying he was there because I actually don't know the players that were there. But I know hangovers last longer than a day. And actually, to their credit, they won game 3. But that's all I got. It's confirmed. And look, I think that's when the series was over. Thanks for taking the call.
So he's confirmed that after getting absolutely embarrassed in game 1 in New York City, the Sixers, and every excuse was they were tired, they were emotionally drained, that some unnamed players went out clubbing until the wee hours of the night. Your thoughts?
Do you think this is why Joel Embiid did not play in game 2?
Because he was hungover?
Because he was just physically tired.
Tiki, you're really going to take this to another level. First, he's a bitch, and now you're going to accuse him?
I was just asking the question.
Tiki called me the bitch.
There was a question mark behind that statement.
There
was not a statement, a period behind that statement.
No, you know what?
Exclamation point.
I'm going to say, because I believe our last caller, and the fact he waited shows me that he wasn't going to bring this up in the middle of the series where it would have been more newsworthy.
Yeah.
Now it's more kind of interesting, but not newsworthy. I don't believe Embiid would have been one of those guys.
I don't either. But
First of all, he's got his son on the dais with him. He talked about, hey, I got to put my daughter to sleep.
Right.
Now, I think those are excuses to not answer questions, but I also believe he's probably a good father. And so I believe Joel wouldn't have been one of those guys. But the rest of that team, sure, why not?
Yeah, because they're young. They kind of, it's New York. By the way, this happens all the time. Not just with basketball players. Baseball players are the same way. Probably easier for baseball players because half of us don't know what any of these visiting New York baseball teams or teams that are playing the New York teams look like. You have no idea, especially when they're out of their baseball uniform. It's just a dude.
Right.
So this happens, but it is kind of a bad look if it's.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just a bad look. I don't know if there are any rules against that, but
There aren't.
There aren't. Like, you could do that.
You have a day off.
But when you just got blown out, and every excuse being written for you is that you're tired and you're emotionally drained, clubbing in New York City until 4 in the morning probably doesn't make the most sense.
No.
But
because you don't recover that sleep, by the way.
But one of the things about Knicks Sixers that we do need to at least accept after this 4-game sweep, and I think we knew this going into the series, but maybe not by as much as we just saw, the Knicks are far better. They just are.
Significantly.
They're a significantly better basketball team. So I think that probably plays more into it than anything else. Let's go to Sean in Old Bridge. Hey, Sean. What up, Sean?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I saw you mention about the Yankees game, especially the one on Saturday. I thought that game was going to be a win until out of nowhere, the Brewers came up like in the extra innings, and it was a bit of a choke for Tim Hill. I thought for a second that the Yankees were actually going to get that game.
Well, I thought they were going to get that game, too, when you've got Cam Schlittler on the mound dealing and you got a 2-0 game going into the late innings. And I think one of the concerns that Yankee fans have is, do you trust this bullpen?
Yeah. And we've been lauding it up till now.
Well, it didn't do its job on Saturday.
Right.
I mean, obviously, they didn't score enough runs, but the bullpen got the baseball in their hands in the 7th inning with a 2-run lead, and Hedrick and Duvall flat out blew it.
Duvall can't be seeing high leverage anymore.
No, I kind of agree. For a guy who throws as hard as he does and has the movement that he has, he has a 6.5 ERA.
Right.
And I remember a week into the season, he was one of those early positives, like, I think they figured out Camilo Duvall. Have they?
That was a week. They lasted a week.
Yeah.
Those first 3 outings ever since then, it's been downhill. He can't pitch in the 7th inning or later.
But Cam Schlittler took a line drive off of his body. It was scary for a second, but he was able to walk it off. And 6 more scoreless innings from Schlittler, lowering his ERA to an ungodly 1.35.
Right. He gives you a quality start every time.
And his next start is scheduled to be Friday night at Citi Field. And you're ready for this pitching matchup? May not be what we dreamt of with McClain against Schlittler, but as of right now, it is lining up to be Cam Schlittler against Clay Holmes Friday night at Citi Field.
I like it.
I like it. If Schlittler pitches Friday.
You concerned because of the line drive?
It's not that I'm concerned arm, but they have to wait for the swelling to go down. They didn't seem overly 100% that he's going to make a scheduled start.
Wow. Huh.
Now, again, I think this is just day by day, monitoring the swelling in the leg.
I would normally say, boy, I hope he's okay, but I hope he misses that start. But the reality is, the Mets could face a Little League pitcher, and that guy would throw 7 scoreless innings. So
we'll see about that on Saturday with Rodon.
Okay, yeah, I'll see about that. Did you see Merrill Kelly and his 9.5 ERA? Did you see that? Did you see Michael Lorenzen 2 weeks ago with his 6.5 ERA? Don't get me started. Don't woe is me over there, Shawnee.
You know the Mets will be up for this weekend.
Oh, yeah, they'll be up
What
for
did
it.
the Mets get pitched to in this series? 140 ERA?
Like the ERA by Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, they barely scored any runs. They scored 2 runs or 3 runs this entire series.
And don't poo-poo this. We got a big party coming up Friday. We're going to be from the MLB flagship
5
store.
runs they scored because they scored 3 on Friday, the 2 in the extra innings, and then 1 and 1. So 5 runs in 3 games. I'm sorry, what were you saying now?
I was going to say, we have the MLB flagship store show coming up Friday with all the Met fans in the building there.
What does that have to do with the fact the Mets suck? That has
Because
nothing to
you're
do with it.
poo-pooing the energy of the Subway Series. A big weekend coming up.
Oh, I think the energy will be great. I think the team's going to get smoked. I mean, 2 things can be true. Like, I'll be in the building. My dad's coming in. Like, everyone's pumped up.
Right.
But we all know what's going to happen.
Yankees are ice cold right now. We're
ice
ripe
cold.
for the pick.
Yeah, you're getting us at the right time.
Yeah, but the Yankees beat up bad teams, right? Isn't that what we just talked about? Well, guess what? You got the worst of the worst coming in.
And when you're 1-2 or going 0 for 20.
Oh, Bo Bichette and Juan Soto with quite a series. But don't worry, Juan Soto says everything's okay. Did you hear that? I'll play it for you right now. Pull up Juan Soto telling Met fans, don't worry, everything's okay. There's nothing to be worried about. Why are you guys worried?
I mean, there's no issues right here. We all professionals. We all
no issues.
Can handle this stuff. But definitely, we kind of struggle a little bit right now. But I think it's gonna pass.
Yeah, it'll pass.
Juan Soto. He doesn't even sound confident saying that.
He says there are no issues.
Maybe he's talking about the issues with the clubhouse.
No, he wasn't asked about the clubhouse. He's talking about the team and the fact that their offense is abysmal. And he said there's nothing to worry about.
There are clearly issues.
No, he says there are no issues.
America's team, the New York Mets.
Yeah, he said there's nothing to worry about.
There's a lot to worry about.
Yeah, but Juan Soto just told us there isn't.
You're going to bury yourself in another 2 weeks. But I think he's talking about their mentality. They still believe, but they're just not performing. The issue is they're not performing. So if he's going to say anything, That's what he's got to say.
Juan Soto is very bad at reading rooms. Like, he's just not. Like, remember when he made that comment about I haven't talked to anybody?
Yes.
In the whole grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. Just like this comment may not be a big deal.
Yeah, we dissected that. When you're hurt, you're not around the team, you're just not around the team.
Right, so I'm not even getting on that. It's just he doesn't know how to read the room. You cannot tell Met fans, and that's what interviews from the media is for. It's like that's your way to interact with fans. You can't say, there's no issues. There's no issues.
Juan Soto.
I mean, you didn't get a hit in the series, and the team scored 5 runs, and they're 10 games under 500. Evan's calling from Brooklyn. What's up, Evan?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
All's well.
What's up, man?
Hey, so just giving some maybe context for the Phillies fans not showing up. So I was at the Flyers game Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I got to say, they showed up. They packed out. The building was all orange. There really were not a lot of Hurricanes fans. Their team fought. And so I wonder how much of them not showing up on Sunday were they just drained?
No,
to the extent there's overlap on those fans. They fought that game. They went to overtime. They packed that building out.
No, they did, and I'll explain it to you, even though I'm not a Philly guy, but I've been paying attention to it. I think the city was genuinely excited about the Philadelphia Flyers. The city doesn't believe...
Even though they were about to get swept as well?
Yeah, because it was new for them. Yeah. Like, the Philadelphia 76ers, and I give Sal all the credit in the world because I think it's one of his best nicknames, he has referred to them as the semi-Sixers because they always get knocked out in the Eastern Conference semifinals. It's a great nickname.
Of course it is.
And I think that the fan base is tired of that team and doesn't believe in that team. Well, with the Flyers, they were excited. And that's why I laid out that example earlier about how that could happen to the Eagles where you just get tired of a team. It's happened to the Yankees.
Yeah, but the Eagles have won a championship, and they've been in 2. So I think that's what gives them equity with the fan base.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You got a ring.
All right, so I won't use the Eagles.
It wasn't that long ago.
I'll use the Yankees from last decade, 2013, 2012. There was no juice for the Yankees in the postseason.
Yeah.
And ticket prices plummeted, and people didn't really want to go. Like, sometimes you just lose belief and interest in a team. And I think that's happened to the 76ers. I think they had a brief respite of excitement when they came back on Boston from 3-1 down. And the reality was kind of slapped in their face. So I don't think they were emotionally drained from the Flyer Hurricanes series. I just don't think that they believe.
And what the hell, Hurricane fans were coming up from Raleigh, North Carolina to buy tickets to flood Philly instead of an hour drive like most New Yorkers had.
Oh, the whole Hartford Whaler fan may come down from Hartford.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the loyal. Let's go to Ryan in Jersey, who was out there in Philly the other day. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, Evan. Hey, Tiki.
What's up?
How's it going?
All's well, dude.
So I actually took my mother, brother, and my sister to the Knicks game yesterday.
That's how you do it.
My God.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, my mom is a big Knicks fan, so I was monitoring the tickets before Friday, the game, and my God, the amount that they dropped from after the Knicks went 3-0, the Sixer fans, they don't believe. They didn't show up yesterday. I know you guys threw out the 75%. It was close to 80%. One thing they were doing is on the Jumbotron, they probably circulated. I saw the same person maybe like 4 times because they were struggling to find groups of Sixer fans grouped up without Knicks fans invading the camera, the Jumbotron. So it was rough. But yeah, there was a little Joel Embiid statue. People were slamming outside after the game. A lot of brooms outside. It was good. But yeah, Sixer fans, they don't believe. And I'm 24 years old, and I watched the Knicks for the last 5 years, and I don't think I've seen the Knicks clicking in this type of way in a long time.
Well, I'll add that to your ride because you're 24 years old. I'm 42 years old, so I'll go back to the early to mid 90s. I certainly can't go as far back as Joe B or Boomer into the 70s. This is the most you'll see any team click outside of a contender. Like outside of a championship dynastic team. Like if we're going to eliminate the Warriors and the Bulls and the Laker dynasties, I don't know how often we've seen a 7-game run as dominant and clicky as what we're seeing from the New York Knicks. So it isn't just, hey, for the Knicks, I haven't seen them click. This is championship kind of clicking we've watched over the last 7 games.
It is, and part of it is because of the opponent. We talked about the snatch in the soul of the 76ers, but it's also just the simple fact of sport. You make your shots. In this case, it's in basketball. It's make your shots. You make your shots, and you play decent enough defense. You're gonna win.
Well,
right? And they just made their shots.
To back you up, let's start with Game 5 against Atlanta when they won by 29. The Knicks shot 57% from the field. In the clincher against Atlanta, 59% from the field. Game 1 against Philly, 63% from the field. Game 2 against Philly, 51% from the field. Game 3.
And that was the close one.
That was the close one. Game 3, which was also relatively close till they put it away late.
Yeah, 14, I think.
50% from the field.
Right.
And then finally last night, or yesterday afternoon, 54% from the field. So 6 consecutive games of shooting over 50%, one in which they got to 63%, and then 2 others that were above 57%.
Yeah.
So when you say they're making their shots, those are absurd numbers.
Of course they are. But again, when you're playing against a 76er team who after game 1 really didn't, maybe game 2 they believed, but after game 2 they didn't believe, and the Knicks were taking open shots. You go watch the shots that were made. They were just open shots.
And despite all that, Joel Embiid, after the series ended, said this was a success. We'll let him explain how he could possibly say that. Plus, more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
This portion of the program was sponsored by Flag and Anthem. Real clothes for real life. If you haven't upgraded your clothes for the season yet, what are you waiting for? Head to Flag and Anthem and load up on your favorite tees and shorts and check out their red, white, and blue shop. Everything you need for a patriotic summer. Flagandanthem.com, code WFAN25 to get 25% off. Flag and Anthem, premium clothes without the premium price tag.
We're throwing one of the biggest parties of the year and want you there. Come hang with us at WFAN's annual kickoff to summer with Boomer and Gio. Live from DJ's on Ocean Avenue in Belmar on Friday, May 22nd at 6 a.m. We'll get your Memorial Day weekend started with a bash featuring special guest, certified platinum country rock band, Parmalee.
Home is where my heart is still beating.
We want to see you and your friends down the shore for WFAN's Kickoff to Summer 2026. It's all brought to you by Chef IQ, Yingling, and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at edisonhvac.com. That's edisonhvac.com.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment, from spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. So many more options, better payouts all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started today. That's FanDuel.com/New York, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. We all love the app around here. It has all the betting markets you could possibly want. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and older, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, please call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka, like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
Don't just watch the biggest soccer moment of the summer, experience it in New Jersey. Win a trip to American Dream, steps from the action, and access the ultimate fan celebration. From beaches to boardwalks, theme parks to wineries, New Jersey has it all. Enter now at odyssey.com/NJ.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
I've got to share this. Nugenix Total T2 has been a game changer in helping boost total testosterone. My energy is up. I feel leaner, stronger, and more like myself again. Nugenix Total T2 uses a brand new formula fueling performance in and out of the gym. Join the thousands of men who are seeing results.
Text text MAINE to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. MAINE to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. With same day, next day, or any day delivery. Staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word Boomer to save big at checkout. That's code word Boomer at chefiq.com.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Cooking easy as 1, 2, 3. Discover how at chefiq.com. The T-Wolves got 36 points from Anthony Edwards. Minnesota beat San Antonio 114-109. Victor Wembanyama was ejected from the game. The series is now tied at 2. The Canadians beat the Sabres 6-2. They took a 2-game-to-1 lead in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba's Ducks, they're 2 wins away from a trip to the Western Conference Finals after they beat Vegas last night. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Victor Wembanyama is a very likable guy. I have no ill will towards him.
Mm-hmm.
The hit he had last night on Naz Reid that got him thrown out of the game was textbook dirty. And to give you proper context, and I don't think it really changes much, but context is needed, they were very physical with Wembanyama all night. Right. And I believe the Timberwolves got under his skin.
Yeah, it was a frustration thing.
And he let out his frustration by winding back his elbow and smacking it across the face of Naz Reid. So him being thrown out of the game was an absolute no-brainer. The real question the NBA is going to have to face right now, and I've gone back and forth on this, is do you suspend him for a huge Game 5? Because a part of me says, I want the best of the best. I don't want Victor Wembanyama to not play a Game 5 with a series tied 2-2. But then the other part of me says, well, hold on a second. That's as dirty as it gets.
That is
if we're following the letter of the law, he should be suspended.
But isn't there also the history of this? Meaning, what does Victor Wembanyama regularly do? It's not like Draymond Green doing it.
Okay.
So your criminal history, put it that way, or lack thereof, probably helps him from getting suspended. This isn't something that the NBA has been looking at for weeks or even seasons. Like, this guy's dirty. He's dirty. He's dirty. Keep an eye out for him. This is just a moment of frustration that looked really, really bad.
And when you mention other guys like Draymond Green, the guy you should have mentioned was Joel Embiid.
No, right, 100%.
If this was Joel Embiid,
Absolutely
what would we be saying? Yeah, I think that's why eventually I lean back towards don't suspend him. You already threw him out of the game.
Right.
Which had a major impact on the result of that game.
100%.
Anthony Edwards had no issues in that fourth quarter and didn't have the fear of the rim protection, the elite rim protection of Victor Wembanyama. So from that standpoint, I think I'm good with, all right, he served his penalty. Now, if this ever happened again, different story. Because to your point, he'll now have a criminal record.
Right.
But let's make no mistake about it. That was an incredibly dirty elbow by Victor Wembanyama. And speaking of dirty, we have Joel Embiid. After the game, and I'll do two things here to try to be fair but unfair all at the same time. Here is Joel Embiid out of context concerning this series against the New York Knicks.
This was a success.
Now, you hear that, and you're like, excuse me?
This was a success.
Kind of reminds me of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There's no failure in sports.
They're both amazing.
Right.
This was a success.
It's up to you, because we've moved on. We've eliminated Joel Embiid. You called him what he called him. Do you want to hear his full context to explain how this was a success?
Doesn't matter.
Or should we just live with Joel Embiid calls the headline? Joel Embiid calls bludgeoning at the hands of the Knicks a success.
This was a success.
Doesn't matter. Because this team looks like it's going to be very different next year. It should be, because they can't compete against the Knicks. So they have to change what they're doing. Doesn't matter.
I'm asking you. We don't have to play it.
You know it, so does it matter?
Sean, do you want to play the full context, or we just let it be? He called this a success.
This was a success.
It's a Philadelphia funeral. Don't you have to hear all the remarks?
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's Joel Embiid in its full context explaining how somehow this was a success.
I mean, I said it, and I'm going to say it again. I know we lost, and I know that's not the right mentality to have. But, for me, this was a success.
For me.
Yeah, well, I could understand. He started the year with an organ, lasted the end of the season without a certain organ.
And by the way, there is more context to it. He does talk about the health. Like, to his point was being able to play was
and we
a success.
don't know what the question was.
No, I heard the question.
Was
I'm
the question
explaining
about team success, or was it about him individually?
That you said this would have been a success, and he said, yeah, it was a success that I was able to be on the floor. Because in his mind, he wasn't sure he was going to be out there at the beginning of this season. And he turned out to play. Not a lot, but he played. And then obviously in this 4-game series, he played 3 of the 4 games. So it wasn't a full Joel Embiid experience, but in his mind, being able to play was the success. They have to trade him. They have to trade him because, not that he's a bad guy, which, he sort of is, at least on the court. They have to trade him because he's never going to be healthy.
Yeah.
And if you continue
enough to build around.
Never.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're getting. Maybe there's a desperate team that says, screw it. You know what? We didn't do well in the lottery. We need to sell some seats. We'll take Joel Embiid.
This was a success.
I'm not referring to my team, so don't even get that thought in your mind.
I mean, do you think that it would even work?
With who?
If you pick some bad team that is just consistently bad, and they trade for Joel Embiid, are their local fans going to watch him?
No, it's a desperate move because of the health, more than anything else. It's a health thing. He just can't stay on the floor.
No.
And ultimately, I don't think it would.
Especially if you put him in a situation where there already is fan apathy, and there really isn't a path towards getting to and getting deep into the postseason, of course, he's definitely not going to play. So it doesn't. I know you say you got to trade him, but who the hell is taking him?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. He makes a lot of money.
Right.
He's getting older. He's never healthy. I'd have to really twist myself into a pretzel to find a team that makes sense for. Like, it just doesn't on a lot of levels make sense. But unfortunately, for Sixer fans, don't worry, it was a success.
This was a success.
It was all good. Everything's fine, man.
There's no failure in sports.
A success for Joel Embiid, not for the team.
Which line is worse? This?
There's no failure in sports.
Or this after you get swept?
This was a success.
Like, if you had to pick one, which one bothers you more as a former athlete?
I think Joel Embiid's.
Really?
Yeah, because it's so individually focused. Whereas what Giannis is saying, there's no such thing as failure. You can read it or hear it as you're never going to quit. Like, my mom used to say that to me. If you never stop trying, you never fail.
Right.
So I know what he's saying, even though it comes off really bad, especially when your team hasn't been good over the last couple of years. So I think Joel is worse.
In fairness, Giannis's comment came after losing in the first round as a 1 seed.
Yeah.
Just so we know, why and when he said that. They were a 1 seed and they lost. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Vinny is on Long Island. What's up, Vinny?
What's going on, boys? How's everything going, Bob?
All's well, Vinny.
What's up, man?
So, listen, unbelievable. I actually thought the Knicks were going to win that series in 5, but after they beat the living crap out of them in Game 3, I said this thing is over in 4. Without a doubt, Philadelphia needs to have their elite city sports car taken away. That's actually shameful. That would never happen in New York. I don't care how.
Yeah, I think you said an inappropriate word. I wasn't sure if he did, but something about, I think there was we got to be safe. I think he called Philadelphia the S word.
It could have been shady, but it was too close for comfort.
Yeah, so look, his overall point was Philadelphia needs to.
Shameful.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I think Sean wants to be careful. We don't have our FCC violations against us.
I mean, they don't even check it anymore. But thank you, Vinny, for the call.
It depends. It depends on what you say publicly about politics. Then you may get checked.
Right.
Do they lose their sports card? I mean,
they can't because they won a Super Bowl 2 years ago. They can't. And also, we've known this for 3 at least years that this 76er fan base does not believe at all in the 76ers.
Yeah, it's not about not caring about the Sixers. I think they do with the right team. They don't believe in this team.
Yes.
But
and because in some ways, even though there are so many different pieces here, because Embiid, it's the remnants of the process.
Right.
Like that. Think how long ago that was.
Yeah.
And it's like, this process is going to get us a championship. No, it didn't.
Second round of the playoffs.
It failed.
Second round of the playoffs a bunch of times.
100%.
Is that a success?
Until you move.
Hey, Joel, is that a success?
This was a success.
Until you move away from that and it feels like. Think about the Knicks. Like the Leon Rose era feels new.
Yeah.
It's new from the doldrum that you'd been stuck in.
Meanwhile, it's been half a decade.
Right. But it is an inflection point. Like you knew when this changed and the Knicks started winning and now they're in the Eastern Conference Finals again for the second year in a row. So it almost feels like the 76ers need something like that.
I wonder if the Mets going 5-4 on their road trip was a success.
This was a success.
Okay. How about the Brooklyn Nets picking 6th in the upcoming NBA draft?
This was a success.
All right. I guess I should feel better.
Yeah.
It was a success.
I wouldn't, but.
This was a success.
Joel's telling you should.
It could have been worse. Right. They could have been picking 7th.
This was a success.
Let's go to Richie in Queens. Hey, Richie.
Yeah, no matter how you answer that question after losing 4, I don't know what the question was initially, but you can't say this is a success.
Right.
Hey, a couple of things, Ev. Let me make a quick point about the Knicks. The Duval thing, guys, told you about him. I had him 6 years. I'm not shocked. This is what he does. He looks awesome, and he falls apart. The Soto comment that they're struggling 10 games under, well, they're not going to deceive the fans. It's been an abomination, them and my Giants. With the Knicks, guys, he talked about you going back there 20 years, 30. I go back 65 years. I've never seen anything like this, ever, how they're dominating. The rotation, the fact that Brunson had major issues bringing the ball up, one-on-one, the distribution at this point, and it has something to do, Tiki, you're right, about the defensive schemes of these other teams.
Right.
Obviously, the Knicks are playing great. You never are the best when you're playing well, never the worst when the low. But the way they're playing, now at this particular point, it's just incredible. The defense, Cat B, and he looks like magic out there. It's incredible because I didn't have him coming out of the East until they turned it around. And all of a sudden, think about 2 points, guys. 8 games ago, Brown, if doesn't get to the finals, will be fired.
Right.
Bridges was the worst pick ever
Right.
as far as giving up 5 picks. And you know what, Ev? And I've said this, everybody talks about Brunson being the best free agent ever for the Knicks, without a doubt. He's one of the best in 30 years for any team.
Yeah, you could compare it to other free agents throughout sports.
Yeah.
When you look at the success and the way he's helped turn this franchise around.
Well, especially as a non-established star.
Yeah.
Because that's not what he was. It wasn't like trading for LeBron or getting some elite future Hall of Famer. He became who he was when he got here.
Here's all you need to know. When the Knicks signed Jaylen Brunson, and I've done this project already, I've gone back to our radio station to hear what the reaction was. It was barely talked about. Mm-hmm. It was an afterthought. It is a struggle to find audio of anybody talking about the Jaylen Brunson signing on WFAN. And I've looked. And it shows you that's how it was viewed. And obviously we've had a lot of fun at Tommy's expense for his infamous tweet that we made into T-shirts in which he said this would be a typical Knick move if they signed Jaylen Brunson, and not in a positive way. So I think a part of that free agency is what you said. This wasn't the star coming to save us. It was we'll see what happens.
Right.
And he turned into the star that saved you. But to Richie's point about how quickly the tone has changed on Mike Brown and how quickly the tone has changed on Mikal Bridges, keep this in the back of your mind. If things somehow go bad in the Eastern Conference Finals, if somehow they come up short against Cleveland or Detroit, that energy will return.
Right.
Like, we are very quick as fans to flip, from the Yankees or the 98 Yankees to a couple of bad weeks, and oh my God, it's typical Cashman and Boone. That's the way we are. So right now, rightfully so, every Knick fan should be in the moon or at the moon talking about the great adjustments Mike Brown has made, how great Cat's been, Mikal Bridges' imprint on this series, and it's all true and it's all well-deserved. But as quickly as they changed this way, they can change back if the results aren't good starting next week.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The Eastern Conference Finals where they've been have been the plateau, and so they have to get over that plateau. And if Mike Brown gets them there, then the whole Leon Rose moving off of Tibbs to get Mike Brown and then changing this roster and changing the way that they play will be justified. But they still got to do it.
Still got to do it.
Everybody believes that they can do it because of how dominant they've been over the last 7 games. But sports is a do-it business.
Well, and I'm glad you said that. So the way they've played has obviously made Knick fans believe that the regular season against the Pistons doesn't matter, which is what I was saying 3 months ago as it was happening. Like, guys, I get it. This sucks. It feels like you can't beat them. You're going to feel differently about the Knicks if you're back in the Eastern Conference Finals facing them.
Right.
But keep this in mind about Cleveland and Detroit, because we're all going to sit back and watch it now. We're going to watch every second of it as IBOs, or maybe not IBOs because you have specific rooting interests. If the Cavaliers, who we all think are frauds, right, to a T, everyone at this radio station, everybody in this city outside of Sean, has called the Cleveland Cavaliers out for what we think they are. We've called James Harden out for what we think they are.
Right.
If the Cavaliers win this series and win a 7th game in Detroit, and Harden, who had a very big performance in Game 3 in the final few minutes, let's say he delivers in a Game 7 in Detroit, aren't we going to have to view the Cavaliers slightly different than the way we view them right now? That's what sports does to us in the postseason.
Yeah, it does. But I think the most recent example of this for the Knicks fan is to watch what the most recent vanquished opponent, the 76ers, did to Boston.
Sure.
It's the same thing. It's like, all right, great. You guys played great against Boston, but we're not Boston.
Right.
Right? You guys may have played great against Detroit, but we're not Detroit. And can you stop us from shooting 55% on a nightly basis and 40+% from – actually, higher than that, probably like 48% from three-point over the last 4 or 5 games. So can you stop us? I think is ultimately what the Knicks fans' mentality should be, because this feels like a completely different team than the one we watched all regular season.
Oh, and it is. It doesn't just feel it.
Right.
They are, with the way, the high brand of basketball they're playing right now. Their defense has been elite for a while. That isn't new. But when you combine that with how fluid this offense looks, how locked in they are on every possession, this is the best basketball, yes, they have played. Sean is in Hoboken. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning. Good morning, Evan. So I'm a huge Nets fan, Evan. Yankees and Nets, not Mets and Nets like you, but
good for you.
I have a great story from yesterday. So I was at a bar in Manhattan next to G's Steakhouse. Not sure if you guys know, but G's Steakhouse on Instagram offered free Philly cheesesteaks for the Knicks sweep.
Oh,
That's the reason why I was in the city.
Oh, nice.
Watching the game. So I got pretty wasted for this lottery, Evan. Texting one of my boys, the diehard Nets fan, and group chat with Knicks fans who don't care, as Nets Nation is prepared for us to drop, right?
Yep.
So I decided to get pretty drunk for this. Fast forward, pick goes to 6. I'm yelling, here we go. And, of course, we land on 6. I'm pissed. The Knicks fan next to me is like a jerk, like I don't care, as expected. So I go to G Steakhouse right in the middle of the third quarter thinking there's going to be a big line. There isn't one. I go to the cashier, and they already handed them out. But lovely story, though. To close, I told the cashier I'm a big Nets fan. I live in Hoboken. He's a Jersey guy. He said, hey, man, here's a free cheesesteak. Told him about J-Kid, RJ, and Vince Carter, the good old days, and he gave me the free cheesesteak. So, yeah, funny story. But, yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I can't believe we saw the 6, man. Heartbroken.
Yeah,
In the
you
loaded
can't
lottery.
believe it.
But
You can't believe it. No, you can believe it. We knew it.
Right.
We expected it. I'm glad you got a cheesesteak.
Right.
It just sucks. And like what we do in sports, no matter what team you root for, you have to adjust. You have to move on. So today I cry, today I whine, and then tomorrow, or maybe right now, I tell you I'm in love with Darius Acuff Jr. And we just move on. And then we wait until Sean Marks either doesn't select Darius Acuff Jr. because he's not a Sean Marks kind of player, or he gets scooped up one pick before the Nets and turns into a modern-day Allen Iverson. That's the world we live in.
Yeah.
So I've got about a month where I'm going to fantasize about Darius Acuff Jr., and then I know full well that when we get to the NBA draft in Brooklyn, of all places, as it is every year, on June 23rd, I won't get what I want. I'll get some kid from Spain I've never heard of because Sean Marks is smarter than everybody else. Meanwhile, Acuff's in L.A. with the Clippers, and he looks like a superstar.
And because Marks wants to internationalize the game.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Great. Yeah. You know what would internationalize the game? Winning more than 40 games.
That's true.
Being a good basketball team.
40?
Yeah, that's my goal. I want to be relevant. Why? Am I asking for too much?
That's still under 500.
Listen, you got to start somewhere. I mean,
how many did you win this year?
20.
Exactly.
20. We were 20 and 62.
20 is doubling.
Yeah.
40 is doubling.
Yeah. Well, I can't ask for that.
What?
Of course you can.
Goddamn
Sean's like, that's
disgrace.
too low. I'm like, dude, that's doubling your wins.
Oh, were you saying that was too low?
Well, I'm just saying, like, to dream about the future, you're dreaming about finishing 2 games under 500?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
God.
Let me ask you a question. Knicks and Nets play in the first round next year, right? Nets, a little feisty young team. We're in the play-in. We get hot in the play-in, and we face the number 1 seed, defending NBA champion New York Knicks in the first round of the playoffs. What's Barclays Center like for Game 3? Is it as bad as Philly?
Close.
I would actually argue it wouldn't be as bad. It'd be bad. Don't get me wrong. You guys would invade.
Right.
I don't think it would be as bad.
And the stage lighting helps. You won't be able to see all the jerseys.
Yeah, we would be able to avoid seeing it. I'm telling you, it'd be bad. It won't be as bad. I think Philadelphia, and they don't even realize this.
That's a good question.
There's such an embarrassment that they are actually more embarrassing
Well, you know what?
than even how the Net fan would have reacted in the playoff series.
I think you're right. It wouldn't be as bad because the Net fan would be excited that they're there.
Yes, there'd be excitement.
Whereas the 76er fan is not excited that they're once again in the second round of the playoffs and have no shot.
The only way it would be worse is if Darius Acuff Jr. goes into a microphone and says, let me tell you one thing we got to do is keep those bastard Knick fans out of Barclays Center. If he did that and he started challenging people, then we're screwed. Yeah. Like, you don't want to challenge them. That's the one thing I've learned. Speaking of Sixer fans, one last thing about them before we can move on with our lives. We're all big fans of Broads. You know Broads?
No.
He's got his own YouTube. You've heard him. He's got his own YouTube channel, and he screams about Philadelphia sports.
Oh, yes.
What should I call him? Crazy Philly guy?
Yeah, he is a crazy Philly guy.
Do you want to hear his take on the Sixers getting swept by the Knicks?
Was this the one about the three-point shooting?
Careful. No, it's about something else.
Go. No,
Ladies and gentlemen, he's an icon in Philadelphia. We love him in New York. We present to you Broads sounding off on the Knicks sweeping the Philadelphia 76ers. Hopefully it's bleeped.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Mother's Day. Come watch the Sixers get That's what the slogan should have been on every ESPN graphic. Happy Mother's Day. Come watch the Sixers get
Jeez.
That may have been my favorite one.
Wow.
Step right up and watch the Sixers get.
That was aggressive.
Well, what would you like him to say?
Nothing else.
We didn't shoot the basketball well.
That's exactly what happened.
Let's go to Paul in Middletown. Hey, Paul.
Hey, oh my goodness. I hope I don't lose you guys. I tried to get through last week and I got disconnected. Probably my signal. Anyway.
Yeah.
You can hear me okay?
Yep, got you.
All right, fantastic. All right, so Mr. Evan Roberts, I have a beef with you.
Go ahead.
And it's for Sean because every time Sean makes a comment or talks about a player, whether it be the whomever, you hold him to account. You're up on giving an apology. This guy always has to apologize.
Yeah.
I think you use him as the whipping boy. Tiki, am I wrong?
No,
Does he
you're
not
right.
beat up on Sean?
You're right.
I hold everybody accountable.
He's a little hard on the guy.
But that's Sean's, that's what he has to pay to have his name on the show.
Oh, is that?
But in fairness, I hold you accountable with the things you say. I hold myself accountable. I just played a clip earlier in the show, you can rewind on the Odyssey app, of me openly celebrating the Knicks not winning the lottery from 2019, and I apologized to Knicks fans because I put the bad karma in the air. So I don't believe I just hold Sean accountable. I believe I hold everybody accountable.
You do.
I also don't know. Were there psychedelic drugs in my smoothie? Didn't we take that exact call last week?
We did. You think it was the same person or a different person?
He made the same points.
You know what? Maybe
he forgot.
I think he got cut off halfway through the call. So
that was us cutting him off. We were done with him.
No, I think his phone dropped.
Oh.
I remember because he was saying something about how you needed to apologize to Sean, and then it cut off, and then I finished it.
I feel yeah. I just feel like I heard the same insults back at me a second time when it was intended to help me.
Do you think I hold you any more accountable than I do myself, Tiki, or even Tommy, who does nights now here at WFAN?
No, I think the difference is I'm not afraid to go toe-to-toe with you where Tommy was.
Oh, wow.
So you're able to punch back at a little higher level. I'm more your weight class than Tommy is.
Like I said.
Jeez.
The cost of having your name on the show.
I mean, you were really trying to end your friendship with Tommy Lugauer.
You're dead to me.
No, I mean, when he feels like answering a text in our group text or is awake before 1 p.m. in his life, then I'll worry.
Speaking of Tommy, he's a part of the collection of people at WFAN who made Knicks-Sixers predictions coming up in the 12 o'clock hour. We'll check in on how everybody did. Plus, I had a little confrontation with Ian Begley on Friday concerning the health of OG Anunoby. Was I right? And should we be concerned about OG going into the Eastern Conference Finals? We'll get to it coming up. Plus your calls at 888-808-1019.
HSS is ranked number 1 in orthopedics for 16 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get. Now with expanded services in New Jersey, patients can receive world-class care from their first appointment through to surgery and follow-up care for sports injuries, joint replacements, spine care, and more. Learn more at hss.edu/New Jersey.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The New York Knicks absolutely in the zone right now, dropping 144 on the Sixers yesterday to complete the 4-game sweep, headed to the Eastern Conference Finals for the second straight year. Zero excuses for the Knicks to not get back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. I'm Nick Costos.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Partly sunny, high 62.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
We're talking New York sports. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Evan and Tiki on the Fan. We begin the slow process of looking ahead because the New York Knicks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Unfortunately, the soonest the Eastern Conference Finals would start would be Sunday against the Detroit Pistons, assuming they advance, or more likely Tuesday would be the beginning of the Eastern Conference Finals. So we have some time. We have a while before the next round. But one of the things we talked about late last week was the injury status of OG Anunoby. And when positive reports came out from great reporters like Ian Begley and others, I was skeptical, not of the reporters, but of how is this information being put out there, and is it even true? Like, if you're the Knicks, you're going to do your best to let it be known, he may play.
Right.
And then if he doesn't, at least you force your opponent to having to prepare for him. So Ian Begley came on, and he wasn't thrilled with me. And he's like, come on, man, I get great information, which I agree with him on. And so he challenged me to a bet. And he said, Evan, if OG plays on Sunday, because that was the possibility, Friday felt like a long shot and he didn't, then you need to pay for my child care for my kids for a day. And I said, okay. And he, classily enough, said, and if he doesn't play Sunday, I'll do it for you. Now, what I backed off on is that I don't think OG not playing Sunday proves I'm right.
Yeah, because he didn't need to play.
Because if they were up 3-0, which they eventually were, I could see the Knicks, despite Mike Brown denying that that's how this works, I could see the Knicks being ultra-conservative. So, number one to Ian Begley, because I saw him tweet at me, hey, should I pay you Zelle or Venmo? I can't take anything, bro, because I don't think I won anything. The only way I win something in terms of the OG Anunoby seriousness of the hamstring is if he doesn't play game one of the Eastern Conference Finals.
And that's a week from now.
That's a week from now.
Maybe more than a week, but a week from yesterday, I should say. So here's the thing. As soon as the Knicks went up 3-0 and you knew that that they didn't need him to play, and then in that game you saw Landry Shamet and Deuce, and especially Deuce in game 4, I don't want to say they didn't need OG for this series, and I think they knew that. So predicting that he was going to be needed, that's what I did. I thought he was going to play in game 4.
Right, because you thought Philly was going to win game 3.
I thought they would need him to re-exercise their dominance on the 76ers. As soon as you kind of knew, just like eye test wise, that they didn't need him, you knew he wasn't playing.
And that's why I can't take any victories. Right. So I appreciate it. Ian's a class guy. There are no victories. The only way I take a victory, if you want to even call it that, is if he doesn't play game 1. Right. Because if he doesn't play game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, which would have been a week and a half from the injury, then that just proves it was more serious than the Knicks were letting on.
Right.
Now, we got a lot of time, and even if OG wouldn't have been ready to play tomorrow night or play the day after that, he's got more time. So I would say worst case scenario for me is you throw it out. It's neutral. We really don't know the answer. But if he doesn't play game 1, then I think this injury was more serious than the Knicks were letting on.
Yeah.
And that was being reported. So we've got a week to find out.
Yeah, we do. But I also feel just better for the Knick supporter because of how well Deuce played, how well Landry Shamet played, how Josh Hart felt aggressive with the shooting as opposed to I'm kind of uncertain what I want to do with the basketball. And so I'm not saying they don't need OG because they obviously do. He's been the best player in the postseason for them so far. But their bench has been exceptional.
Sure.
And that should give you some comfort even if OG can't play.
Yeah. I'm going to give I feel like if a Knick fan says what I'm about to say, you get upset. But I'll just go with it. I'm an IBO. I don't like the Knicks. I'm going to be very, very honest. Against Detroit or Cleveland, can they win without OG Anunoby? Sure. It makes it more difficult, but sure, I think they can, especially with how flowing this team is offensively and defensively. But we are on a collision course. We're on a collision course to an NBA Finals that right now feels juicy and it feels inevitable. And that's between the burgeoning, dynastic right. Oklahoma City Thunder and your New York Knicks. If you're going to play at that level, if you're going to beat a team maybe in the midst of becoming a dynasty, then you need OG Anunoby. So I'm not telling you it's no biggie against Detroit or Cleveland. I'm just saying I could rationalize and probably predict why you'd win the series anyway, despite that being a shortcoming. But we're talking about the big boys. We're talking about a team coming off an NBA championship.
Right.
We're talking about OKC. So for that, yes, they need OG Anunoby.
There's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt about it. Now, the other thing that just annoys me, and I got to get over it, the NFL schedule comes out later this week. Why are we getting a leak this morning that the Giants are opening the season at home against the Cowboys? I thought there was a big show on Thursday for us to find out the entire schedule.
Yeah, now half of New York is not watching that show.
Yeah, well, this Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Is perfect steak possible? Discover how at chefiq.com. So NFL news, the Chargers signed David Njoku. Tiki had mentioned him last week being available, but the NFL schedule leaks have begun. The Giants will open at home on Sunday Night Football, September 13th versus the Dallas Cowboys. Evan Roberts is not happy about this. Evan, as you know, though, this was NBC's announcement, and every network gets to announce one game this week, so it's not actually a leak.
Well, you're right. It's not a leak. I guess it's more, it bothers me that if you're going to have a show or an announcement where we get the schedule, why are we getting it in bits and pieces? That's number one. And number two, I don't like the fact they're playing the Cowboys. I just think we've seen it enough.
But that's inevitable.
Why is it inevitable?
Because the Cowboy-Giant matchup, for some reason, is very juicy.
What about Giants-Eagles?
For these networks. Well, okay. In terms of market, if you are the NBC, and you're trotting out a brand new studio show because Mike Tomlin is now a part of it, and you have the Dallas Cowboys, who are quote unquote America's team. They have fans all over. The New York Giants, after a decade kind of waffling, feel relevant again with a head coach who's a Super Bowl winner, and you know things are going to turn. It is the best market, the biggest two of the biggest markets in the NFL on Sunday night standalone primetime game. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Philly doesn't make sense.
Oh, it does make sense.
It does not.
All of what you said is fine.
The rivalry makes sense, but the rivalry doesn't matter outside of this like little northeastern corridor.
You don't think the Eagles are now a national team with all the success they've had?
I don't. I really don't. And not even close to the national team that the Dallas Cowboys are. I mean, Cowboy fans are everywhere.
They are. No, I get
everywhere.
That. I get that. I just thought it would have been more appealing to see Giants-Eagles. I'm very disappointed. I'm not surprised because it happens all the time.
I would too. It would be more relevant and important to me as a Giant fan to see them play and try to beat the Eagles than play the Cowboys again to open the season.
You can answer this as an analyst or a fan. That is completely your choice. If I gave you the power to pick the Giants' week one opponent and location, knowing who they're eligible to play, obviously division rivals, we get it.
Yep.
Who would you have picked?
The Eagles at home.
So you agree with me?
Of course I do.
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just explaining why NBC would want that Cowboy-Giant matchup.
Sean, if I gave you the power, again, you could do it as a fan, you could do it as an analyzer, whatever. If you got to pick the Giants' week one opponent and where it took place, what would you pick?
Why don't you go and ask Sean Morash?
I am.
1 p.m. at home versus the Arizona Cardinals.
What is that? Just easy?
I told you I want a guaranteed W in my I know nothing's a guarantee.
I get your point, though.
But as far as this, I get what you're saying, but I mean, again, we're talking about the 25th anniversary of 9/11 weekend. I'm sure it's going to be a big deal in New York. You really want those Philly vultures coming up here and fist fights in the crowd for 3 hours on Sunday night?
Yeah. Good
Is
point.
it you really want that?
I don't think they would have come up. I think there's so much juice for the Giants this season.
No.
I think you would have kept them out.
No, this is an Eagle team, the team that they want to believe in.
Yeah, and they're gonna take this Knicks thing personal. Eagles Giants, no matter how good the Giants are this year, they are buying up tickets to try to shove it back in New York.
Oh, you think the Eagle Giant rivalry just got enhanced because of what the Knicks fans did?
Because that's the team they believe in the most, so they want to stick it back to New Yorkers this year. You don't need that on that weekend.
That's their torch. They can hold that thing high. Like, we are here. We're sitting on high.
Their pride has really been damaged. As a city,
massively.
Josh Hart, we played the clip earlier. In fact, pull it up real quick. Josh Hart said, I don't even know if Philadelphia is a sports city anymore. Like the Eagle fan, the Philly fan, has been damaged by what happened over the weekend, including this quip.
I used to think Philly was a sports town. I don't know if it is anymore.
Oh, wait.
That's definitely tongue-in-cheek. And I think Jaylen Brunson sitting right next to him.
Yeah, I think it's pinned at some of the Philly fans in the Knicks locker room. But every time, we played that clip twice now, the smile on Tiki's face is unbelievable. Like, you love that quote.
Hey, man, I spent the week getting hated on by those peeps. You're dead to me. It's all good.
That's right. A couple of different weeks getting hated on by them. All for different reasons. We had the you're dead to me. And, of course, we had the now famous
Tiki called and be the bitch.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Starting in 2025, Tiki is not going to help you. I'm not going to help you. I'm just curious how far you can go. Starting in 2025, I want you to name the team the Giants played week one for as far back as you can go, starting now.
Washington.
1 for 1.
Minnesota.
2 for 2.
Dallas Sunday night.
3 for 3.
Tennessee.
4 for 4. He's 4 in a row.
Yep. Those were the Daboll's era. It was now you got to get out of the Dave era into the Joe Judge era.
The Joe Judge era gets dicey, man.
God, I think I know.
I'm bad because I know it's not 2021. There was a Jacksonville year. It's not that.
Do you want to give us a guess, or you're just going to go through teams
Cowboys
that you know
in
it's
21.
not? Your guess is the Cowboys in 21? Sorry, that's incorrect.
What was it?
Was it Washington?
It was the Denver Broncos.
Oh, I was there, yes.
Dude, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that's a tough one to remember.
Because it was out of the pandemic. Yeah, we played at 425. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
425 opener. Yep.
I have zero recollection of that game.
I don't remember it either, I have to admit.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember a lot of this stuff because we're on the air talking about it, but no.
Yeah.
Who did they open with in 2020?
They opened up in 20. You ready? Are you asking me or do you
I'm
want to
asking
guess?
you, pandemic.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Monday Night Football.
Yep.
Darius Slayton, big touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
So now do the math. Count from 2020 up and tell me what you notice. Go ahead. Go back. Steelers.
Broncos, Titans, Cowboys, Vikings, Commanders.
So do the Giants really open up with Dallas every year?
No. But wait. Okay. So just to put that in context, 2019 Dallas, 2017 Dallas, 2016 Dallas, 2015 Dallas, 2013 Dallas, 2012 Dallas.
It's like a decade ago it was. It really felt like every year or every
Eli
other year.
Romo felt like a ton.
And
but it's about 6 years of it really not happening.
No, but in fairness, outside of the Commanders last year, they're the only divisional rival they ever really play.
But who cares
they haven't
about
played
that?
the Eagles since 2004, which is unbelievable to me. Tiki
I
was
was
playing. Think about that. The last time the Giants opened up against a division rival, the Philadelphia Eagles, Tiki Barber still had 2 more years left in his NFL career.
Right. You know the ironic thing
3 more
with
years.
me here?
What?
Is that my very first game was home against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, in 1997.
That's my overall point.
Yeah, but I don't know. Does that matter?
Yeah, to me it does.
Until a couple of years ago, the Cowboys only either played Washington or Philly in the division on Thanksgiving, and then suddenly the Giants crashed the parade. Like, these things are sick. They'll eventually open with the Eagles.
So here's what we know. Eventually. It's only been, 20 years, but yeah,
John
eventually it'll
Hope, we're
happen.
going to see legs under him. That'll probably be the Thursday night opener after they win a Super Bowl.
Stop it. Okay. All right. So here's what we know. Giants are opening up at home on Sunday night. That means the Jets are now pretty much a mortal lock to open on the road unless you think they're going to play Monday Night Football at MetLife Stadium.
Right.
Because they're not playing a Sunday 1 o'clock game with the Giants playing at 8 o'clock. I don't know if that's ever happened. I'd venture to say it's never happened.
That's a quick turnaround.
Right.
There's no way.
So unless the Jets are playing on Monday night, they're opening up on the road.
Right.
And so all signs continue to point to them taking on
All gas, no brake.
Robert Saleh and the Tennessee Titans. That is like the kind of the betting favorites
That
right
actually
now.
would be great, though.
Because it's a winnable game?
For
the Jetsies?
It's also just kind of a revenge game.
It kind of feels like we're just going to watch Giants-Jets again.
It kind of feels that way. Yeah, I don't know. I guess technically they could open in Kansas City against the Chiefs because Justin Fields may be the quarterback. And so maybe that's appealing. Maybe Chiefs-Jets week 1 in Kansas City is appealing because you do get Justin Fields facing his former team. Or Patrick Mahomes, either one.
In theory. I mean,
would they put that on a Monday night?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Why would you put any Chief game in primetime until you know Mahomes?
Yeah, you can't.
Because it's Justin Fields against the Jets.
But you just can't know about the Chiefs. First of all, you don't know if Pat Mahomes is playing. Then you don't know if they're even going to be good.
Yeah, but I'm implying that if he isn't playing, that's a good thing because it's Justin Fields against the Jets, and the owner said he can't throw a football. But you get some appeal out of that.
Nationally, do you think people care about Justin Fields?
No, but I think if you play the clip of Woody saying he can't throw a football, maybe that'll sell some people.
But I don't think Woody is going to want that to happen.
Well, so Woody gets to decide. Woody decides the freaking schedule now?
You do realize that the league is basically just the 32 owners.
So you think the Giants pick the Cowboys? You think the Giants prefer the Cowboys? You think John Mara was like, give me Dallas?
Not John Mara. I think the league looks at it from that standpoint.
No, but you're telling me that ownership has a say in it.
No, I'm saying collective ownership. So all the teams. And so if you're trying to, how are we best improving our product to make people more interested and advertise more with us and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's not, and by the way, we're selling a new package with 5 new games to either Netflix or YouTube or whoever it's going to end up going to. We need to put the best games in primetime.
I hope. I give you what I hope.
I don't think they're saying the Kansas City Chiefs without Pat Mahomes and maybe Justin Fields. That's our best game to put on Monday night.
My hope for the Jets, like if you ask me, because we'll get the answer this week on who they open the season up against. And again, we're pretty much sure it's a road game based on the Giants opening Sunday night at home. My hope is the Arizona Cardinals. And there are 2 reasons for it. 3 reasons for it. Number 1, it'll be a 4 o'clock game, which I prefer. Mets-Yankees at 1:30, Jets-Cardinals at 4, Giants at 8 o'clock. Now we've got ourselves a loaded Sunday for that day. Number 2, winnable game. Right? The Arizona Cardinals. Are they going to be any good? Probably not. Right. And number 3, and this is really, really important to the integrity of the National Football League, the Arizona Cardinals are likely to end up becoming a tanking team. Much like the Jets, if they don't have success, could be a tanking team. Do we want Jets-Cardinals week 16 or week 15 when all of the fans are basically rooting to lose?
The New York Jets suck.
So I think if you're looking ahead at the integrity of this sport and the hope that we don't get the disgrace that was Giants-Raiders last year, where, let's face it, what was going on? Not that you guys wanted Mendoza, but you wanted the number 1 pick, right? Oh, we could trade it. We can get a lot back. I get it. You don't want that. So looking ahead, if the NFL has a half a brain, and I'm not convinced they do, so I'm not confident, you want Jets-Cardinals as early in the season as humanly possible.
Right.
Bet you guys didn't think of that.
Well, the problem is the Cardinals are going to play like 7 of those games this year, so.
Yeah, but how many of those teams, though, are as tankish as potentially the New York Jets and as desperate for a franchise quarterback as the New York Jets? So I don't know. You have to go through the schedule.
Yeah,
I'm just assuming that if you power rank the tankish natures of all the teams on the Arizona schedule, the Jets are probably number 1. So why would you have it anywhere near the final month of the season?
Yeah, you would.
Exactly. See, I think about these things, Teak. I'm very, I think ahead.
I don't think they play into it, though. I think there's an algorithm that goes through it and figures it out.
No, I know, and I think that's why the NFL's stupid.
Jeez, the Cardinals may go 0-17 here.
So I'm right.
You may be rooting for a loss that first game, dude.
I'm not, though, Sean, and that's the point. Like, week 1, no human being who's sane is going to root for their team to lose thinking big picture tank. I'm not.
Right.
Obviously, if they lost to Arizona week 1, I think there'd be a quick pivot into, wow, this team is better off losing. But week 1 is the one moment where you're trying to see your team win.
Who do you think Arch Manning's rooting for in that game?
I don't know if Arch Manning knows he's going number 1.
He may not, by the way.
I mean, A.J. DeBonsi yesterday, I don't know, does he wants to go number 1. He made that clear. Does he know he's going number 1? It's not a mortal lock.
Probably.
I feel bad for him. He wanted to be in that. It's true. Him and Igor Joman, they wanted to team up. I ain't making that up. Tiki thinks I'm making stuff up.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
How do you even know that?
Because Igor Joman tweeted it on IG. He said, yeah, me and AJ talked about teaming up.
He Instagrammed it.
Yeah, Instagram. Whatever, same thing.
He tweeted on IG.
I also didn't...
It's X now.
Oh, sorry. I also didn't fact check it enough to make sure it was real. But I'm just going to assume it was real. I've got no reason to believe it wasn't. Let's go to Lenny and Yonkers. Hey, Lenny.
What's going on, guys? Listen, this is what I think. I believe that since the Hawk series, I think the Knicks totally changed the formula. And I think I mentioned this to you, Evan, last week. As they're going through Cat, and he's kind of like the point guard, and the ISO with JB is not so much. So I think the Knicks are they're so united at this point. And, of course, they're confident off and on the court, you know? They're moving that ball around.
I think they've stopped caring who gets the credit. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, agreed. So the Hawk series, right? Game 4, 23 assists. Game 5, 26. 6, 33 assists. And now the 76ers, game 1, 34. Second, 25. Third, 25.
Right.
And fourth, 33. But also, guys, I love the song. I love Tiki's song. I think Embiid is a bitch.
Oh.
And listen,
Yeah, it's a very popular song. People like this song. It's unfortunate that the series is over because...
Yeah, we didn't get much use out of it.
It's done. Like, if there was a few more days in this series, we could have played that a handful of times.
Tiki called Embiid a bitch.
I guess we could bring it back next season, depending on what team Joel's on.
If he's on the 76ers.
Yeah. I mean, he may be elsewhere. Who the hell knows where he's going to be? Yeah, the Knicks look like a completely different team, and Cat being the hub of the offense has been a big change. What I wonder about, and it doesn't matter anymore because the regular season is over, we are past that, we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, is why it took so long. That is certainly a fair question. More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And we did a lot of work. We collected all the predictions that everyone at WFAN made concerning the Knicks-Sixers series, and we'll see who was right about it. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit windowrama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
I'm always incredibly busy and always on the go, but knowing I'm safe and my family is safe when I'm not with them is of utmost importance. That's why I turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman's Shield Link system into our home. It's a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. It's got cameras, garage door control, the lighting control interiorly. I can even turn on the music when I'm on my way home, so I can have some Dave Matthews pumping when I walk in the door. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME, or visit slomans.com.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonades plus vodka. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside.
We're throwing one of the biggest parties of the year and want you there. Come hang with us at WFAN's annual kickoff to summer with Boomer and Gio. Live from DJ's on Ocean Avenue in Belmar on Friday, May 22nd at 6 a.m. We'll get your Memorial Day weekend started with a bash featuring special guest, certified platinum country rock band, Parmalee.
Home is where my heart is still beating.
We want to see you and your friends down the shore for WFAN's Kickoff to Summer 2026. It's all brought to you by Flag and Anthem, Boar's Head, committed to craft since 1905. Spiked Aid, and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka or Surfside Lemonade and Vodka like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Score our John Starks special this month. A Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. That's right, all threes. It's my favorite number. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires June 1st.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Many tire dealers will sell you Falcon tires, but Town Fair Tire doesn't just sell Falcon tires, they sell them at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, they give you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. That's an unbeatable deal only Town Fair Tire can offer, because Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies. Except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm. InjuryLawyer.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system,
she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
You look like you could use a refresher, a Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There's so many delicious flavors like mango, pineapple, or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
The Subway Series rolls into Queens when the New York Mets take on the New York Yankees at Citi Field. Friday, May 15th through Sunday, May 17th. You don't want to miss this epic weekend. Go to Mets.com/tickets now and secure your seats for the Crosstown Showdown.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was just at Staples. They're having a huge 40th anniversary sale.
40 years. Note to self, send flowers.
Up to 50% off. Save on chairs, paper, balloons, and more.
Balloons?
Yeah, Party City is now at Staples.
Surprise!
But the anniversary sale is only 2 weeks, so...
Quick, celebrate 40 years of savings at Staples with up to 50% off. Shop chairs, paper, break room supplies, and more. 2 weeks only. It's 5/23.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
We got a lighter night in sports tonight, though you will be scouting Cleveland, Detroit, getting set for Game 4 of their Eastern Conference semifinals. I think most Knicks fans, unlike the debate around Sixers Celtics last week, I think it's pretty universal that you'd like to see the Cleveland Cavaliers upset the Detroit Pistons. You get home court advantage. We still don't really believe the Cleveland Cavaliers are legitimate, though beating the Pistons would go a long way. And James Harden. I mean, is James Harden really going to an NBA Finals? So you've got your scout's eye on tonight as the Knicks fan gets to sit back and relax. Plus, the New York Yankees will play a baseball game against a team that sucks, which is good because it means they'll win as they take on the Baltimore Orioles, a team that I admit I thought was going to be good. I still think they're better than their record says, but they are not off to a good start. So you got Yankees Orioles tonight, a game you can hear right here on the Fan.
I don't like that.
What?
A game you'll know they'll win?
Well, because they've done a great job of beating bad teams.
Okay. I mean,
are you being sensitive to that? It's like kind of a thing.
I don't know. It just feels like you're down in your dumps between the Nets lottery, between the Mets this weekend, and now, the Yankees will win. Don't put that voodoo on us. Just let the Yankees.
How'd you do against the Orioles last week?
Okay. Great. I mean, the Yankees
Didn't you sweep them and allow 10 runs in 4 games?
Okay. They are cold right now, the Yankees. This could be a little sputter, and there's nothing to panic about, but don't just assume wins. That was wrong of you.
I think that you're going to smoke them. Is that okay? Am I not allowed to say that?
That's your natural belief, but also kind of, not directly, kind of feels like a troll.
What's the troll?
It's a pre-set up troll.
A pre-set up if they lose?
Yeah.
Listen, Sean.
Because if they lose, let's say they lose 2 out of 3
Right,
to the
right.
Orioles.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be taking the exact other side of it.
No, I wouldn't actually.
I thought they'd kill them.
I'd be calming Yankee fans down who would panic over a bad stretch. See, I'm not the one who came on the radio, and you're getting a lot of heat for this, Sean. All right?
For what?
It's all in my DMs. A lot of heat from people who are mad that last week you compared the Yankees to the 98 Yankees.
Are they mad at players from the 98 Yankees for comparing them?
They're pointing out that since you made that comment, the New York Yankees are 1-4. So that's something you have to live with. It has nothing to do with me. I defended the honor of the 98
They
Yankees.
lost 2 walk-offs.
Okay, who are you arguing with? It's not me.
I'm just stating a fact.
Okay.
They lost 2 walk-offs in games they could have won.
It's right in front of us.
I want you in the break to show me these DMs.
Okay, I'll show them to
I want
you.
to see how many we got.
There's at least double digits.
No, is there?
People are upset. I'll find them while you feed us.
By the way, no suspension for Victor Wembanyama. No further discipline.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, and Tiki kind of talked me into the no suspension because he was thrown out of Game 3 or Game 4, which he deserved. Game 3, I'm losing track. Game 4, hold on. I got my games right.
Yeah, because it's 2-2 now.
Yes, he was thrown out of Game 4 last night for an incredibly dirty elbow at Naz Reid. And it would be worthy of a suspension, but because he doesn't have a track record, and also just as a basketball fan, do we really want to take the best player out? Like, does that even feel fair?
No, it doesn't, because it just makes it less. I mean, look, you're going to watch it because it's the postseason, it's the playoffs, but the lay fan who's not a fan of either one of those teams is not going to be dialed in if Victor Wembanyama is not playing.
It also just doesn't feel fair. Now, I know Knicks fans have a say in this after what happened with Miami back in 97, but nevertheless, like, I think you want the best players on the floor.
Right.
So the NBA obviously is going to do that, and Victor Wembanyama is not serving a suspension. Plus, he already sort of served a suspension by being ejected from Game 4.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Morash in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. In honor of Pedro Martinez, a very simple one today. 5 reasons New York is now officially Philly's daddy.
In honor of Pedro Martinez. You don't hear that very often.
Who's your daddy? Before we get to the 5, number 6 is, of course, it caused Hugh Douglas to turn maybe homophobic over the kinky boot stuff. So here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
The last 3 Phillies managers are all former Yankees. Were your daddy?
That's true. Don
Wow, I didn't
Mattingly,
even think
Rob
about
Thompson, and Joe Girardi.
I didn't even think about that.
All right, here we go.
Number 4.
They let 2 doofy rookies named Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo beat them as Super Bowl champs in front of national TV.
Number 3.
The Mets, who basically stink for 3 years, broke this Phillies team.
I mean, we do have that. Like,
when
I
you
know
think about that year for the Mets,
Right.
it's all surrounding, of course, the Milwaukee's, but the Philly series.
Well, yeah, and this is a rivalry, Mets-Phillies, where they never, ever faced in the postseason. And at this rate, it won't happen anytime soon because the Mets suck. And yet we have that victory over the city of Philadelphia.
Yep.
Number 2.
Yesterday wasn't a one-off. 2 of the last 3 years in elimination games, New Yorkers completely invaded Philadelphia, and they did nothing about it.
Yeah, this seems like it's going to be a trend going forward.
Yeah. And last but not least,
Number 1.
Josh Hart spoke the truth.
I used to think Philly was a sports town. I don't know if it is anymore.
Such a killer quote.
An athlete that used to play in that town telling you it ain't a sports town anymore.
What if 5 years from now, as Josh Hart is holding on to his NBA career, he has to sign with the 76ers?
I think he'd retire.
But he has a history in Philadelphia playing at Villanova.
I think he'd retire.
Yeah. That's a tough one to ever come back from.
Right.
Like, there are certain things you can say and do and, somehow end up with that team and make it right. But Josh Hart sticking the knife through their hearts, no pun intended, after that series sweep and saying, thought they were a sports town. I'm not sure anymore.
I mean, it's hard for him not to say that when you're on the road and it feels like a home game. Like, that doesn't happen very often.
To that nature in a postseason game?
Exactly.
Like, one thing for a regular season game.
Right.
And you're going to hear that a little bit on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with Mets-Yankees at Citi Field. Now, you could also explain that one away. We all live in the same city.
Yeah.
So while, yes, you're invading our building.
It's equal opportunity.
Yeah, some Yankee fans live closer to Citi Field than they do Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, what did they try to do in Philly? Like, if you had to live in the greater Philly area to buy tickets or something like that?
Yeah, to buy tickets through Ticketmaster, which is straight through the team, you needed a zip code that was in the Philadelphia surrounding area. So the only way you were getting tickets is by buying them on the secondary market. And it shows you, what this shows you is that thought experiment that teams still do, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, it doesn't work because the secondary market is ultimately going to be cheaper than the Ticketmaster.
No, you're right.
Because the way the tickets fall. So you just have to wait, especially when you know that the other team, the home team in this case, the 76ers fans are not going. Just wait.
And most people, I think in general, buy their tickets through the secondary market anyway, as opposed to straight from the team. And if the prices are low, people are going to go. Like if the Sixers were up 2-0 and the prices were higher, you wouldn't have heard as many Knicks fans. But once those prices drop because the Sixers look dead, it's going to be easier to waltz into that building.
Right.
Now before... Oh,
what row?
From Shams, not surprising, but still worthy glass breaking. The Milwaukee Bucks are officially open to business on trade calls for Giannis beginning today.
There's no failure in sports.
So are we going to get a Giannis trade before the NBA Finals? Like, are we going to get a leaked out Giannis deal in the midst of this playoff run?
I guess because the Combine is about to begin while these playoffs are about to happen, so they figure they're going to exchange conversations there.
Well, yeah, because I think the Bucks are probably looking at the teams with picks in the top 10, preferably the top 4, but I don't know if there's a team in the top 4 that would be willing to move one of their picks in a deal for Giannis Antetokounmpo. But now it's no longer a theory. Now you can say, okay, the Washington Wizards can offer this. Okay, the Memphis Grizzlies could offer this. I think there's two questions along with the Giannis stuff. And obviously, Knicks fans, you're chuckling on the side as you should, because a week and a half ago, hey, if the Knicks don't go all the way, they're going to be in on Giannis.
There's no failure in sports.
Which, by the way, they still could be.
Really?
Like if things went horribly wrong in the Eastern Conference.
Necessary?
No, it feels crazy right now. But if things went horribly wrong in the Eastern Conference, you think no matter what happens, they are clearly off the Giannis train?
I don't think it makes sense for how this team is constructed. Like the way that they can play out, 5 out, shooters all around. Good luck, especially if Josh Hart is shooting and you don't have to play off of him. What is Giannis doing to that?
No, but I'm just asking, no matter what happened in the Eastern Conference Finals, which we still don't know, you're saying you don't see a scenario where this gets talked about?
The only way is if what happens, I don't see coming, which is an implosion of this team.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I can't see that happening, though.
I'm not saying it's going to happen either. I don't expect it to happen. If you're the Bucks, though, you would do your due diligence and wait. You're not trading or even agreeing verbally on a Giannis trade.
Why announce this in the middle of the because they do it right after the lottery?
I think it's negotiating with a bunch of teams.
Yeah.
And knowing what's out there. Because the likeliest scenario, to your point, Tiki, is that the Knicks are not going to crumble in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're not going to put a bid together for Giannis. So I agree with you. I am not fighting back on that. I'm more saying that when you make a trade like this, you're going to keep all your options open.
Right.
You going to ask me or no?
Nets. Michael Porter.
Here's what's crazy. I can't stand Giannis.
There's no failure in sports.
But now that the Nets got screwed in the lottery again, what's the best option?
Well, you have the guards, right? At least some young guards, I should say.
I do not want to trade for Giannis. Let me just make that clear. I thought about it for a second. I laughed. I chuckled. I will still take my chances that Darius Acuff Jr. is the next superstar in all of sports. But real quick, before we get back to your phone calls, let's hold everybody accountable, including ourselves. We all made predictions before the Knicks-Sixers series. Now that it's been completed and the Knicks swept them, let's go around the radio station. So let's start off. Any particular order, or can I announce the order, Sean?
Mine was terrible, so you can just...
I prefer you announce the order because for some reason we have two different loogies here, so I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, there's two loogie clips. I'll explain why in a second. Let's start off. You know what? Let's start right off with Tommy Lugauer, number 1. Go ahead.
Well, they're not labeled as 1 or 2.
Oh, so it just says Loogie and Loogie?
Loogie and Loogie... Who knows specific prediction?
Okay, Loogie just blank. This is Loogie's non-specific prediction, I think. Hold on a second.
Now the Knicks are better. They're deeper. And I believe they win this series. But I don't think this is a cakewalk.
So Tommy says, I think they win this series. I don't think it's a cakewalk. Now, he's got us in his head because he knows we're playing these clips and we want to hear a specific prediction. So Tommy answers why he won't give a specific prediction.
Prediction? I mean, pain. That's the prediction. I got to be in the prediction business. You know, I gave a prediction last year on the Knicks Celtics series, and it was amazing. I feel like when you're the favorite, for me to give like a prediction and say, oh, it's going to be in this many games, you know, I'm only setting myself up to fail there. You know, and then people go, oh, they didn't win in 6, they won in 7, you're an idiot.
What a loser.
Yeah.
Tommy, just make a prediction.
You're supposed to just predict.
Predict it. Well, we're not.
You don't have to be right.
By the way, you were already wrong because you predicted pain and you said it wasn't going to be a cakewalk.
Right.
So even without offering a prediction, we're allowed to say, hey, Tommy got that one wrong.
Yep.
Also, you're on sports radio. You are, in fact, in the predictions business. If this is not the predictions business, I don't know what is.
But I think it's specific because of his Knick fandom. This is the one that bothers him the most.
But he won't.
Because he doesn't want to touch it. He doesn't want to jinx it.
Well, he said the Knicks would win, and based on the hints that he gave, it won't be a cakewalk and there'll be pain. I think we could definitively say Tommy Lugauer was wrong. So now we move on. So even though you weren't specific, Tommy, you were wrong. Let's hear from the great Joe Beningo, who made a prediction. See what Joe
I
had
feel
to
bad for the Nets. I feel bad for my old partner.
That's not the one.
That's the old one.
And if Embiid is healthy, this is going to be a very, very tough series, and I expect that to be. And I'm picking the Knicks to win this series in 7.
So Joe was wrong. Yeah. Embiid was sort of healthy in that he played 3 of the 4 games. He didn't look healthy when he played, but he said Knicks in 7. He was wrong. That's okay. Here's 2 others who would refuse to offer a specific game prediction, and that is Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti.
Why don't
I mean, this should be a treat and should be a really, really great series. Then I expect the Knicks to win.
Yeah, I would expect the Knicks to win too.
Yeah, so we searched. There was no specific series prediction. I would say Gio was also wrong because it wasn't I guess it was a great series if you're a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
But in terms of the results, in terms of it being close, not great. Let's hear from Tiki Barber in a cave. Tiki.
Knicks in 7.
Where the hell were you when you did that?
I don't remember.
Knicks in 7.
What was that week? Was that?
You were somewhere.
That was Summit weekend? That was CJA?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
Where were you?
I mean,
Knicks in 7.
I've told you this about cheer competitions. Yeah. We have a bunch of good teams, and for the first time, and actually the second time, and I think in their program history, CJA, Patty Ann told us that all the teams that went to Summit made the finals. So we're at the gym, the competition site, all day. I'm talking like 6:30 in the morning to the second night we got home at 11:30 at night.
Damn, that's a day right there.
And it's not just the parents who were imbibing. It's like you with your kids.
Oh, so you were wasted?
No.
Is that what you just said?
Not necessarily.
Properly and appropriately buzzed.
Exactly.
Okay.
But we're in the arena all day.
All right.
All day.
So far, everyone's gotten it wrong on different levels. It was going to be tough. It's going to be not a cakewalk. Knicks in 7. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer with Sean Morash.
Knicks in 5.
All right.
Well, you guys both did 5, didn't you?
Yeah, well, let's hear what Evan Roberts had to say. Records and streaks are meant to be broken. So I believe the Sixers will take game 1, and then the Knicks will proceed to win 4 straight.
So you got Knicks in 5 too?
I got Knicks in 5 as well, yeah.
Well, all you had to do was edit that and take out, I think the Knicks will win 4 straight. And Evan would have been right.
I won't do that, though. No, I believe in honor.
Disingenuous.
I believe in honor.
I don't think anybody expected the Knicks to be this dominant.
Well, we're not done yet. I mean, you may be wrong. We get to the afternoon program where Big Mac
almost forgot.
Was never allowed to make a prediction. I will give Big Mac credit. He reached out to me because he knows what we do and says, hey, I never said it on the air, but I do want it to be known, Knicks in 6. So Chris Big Mac McMonagle did make a prediction, even though it did not happen on the air. But his partner made a prediction. Let's hear.
They know what we all know. They're going to get their ass kicked.
I'm thinking sweep.
You're thinking sweep.
I'm thinking sweep. The way the Knicks came off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, but can
we
they
figured ourselves out.
Can they keep that up? That's the question.
100%. Yes.
Honestly,
Craig might have been the most.
Oh, he nailed it.
Spot on of anybody.
Craig won.
Right.
I don't think there's any question.
He figured it out.
Yep.
Took the momentum from Atlanta and just dominated.
And I'm not going to take anything away from Craig by saying that he's just a fanboy and he's going to say that no matter what. Like, I wouldn't say that because that's irrelevant. The point is, he said the Knicks would sweep them. He said it's not even close, and he was right. And Big Mac over there seemed almost angry when Craig was saying it.
Suck it.
Yeah. Now we have a surprise.
Yeah.
Because we have one more, actually. First of all, congratulations. Craig Carton definitely won this here at WFAN.
No
so
doubt.
kudos to him. And hopefully everyone will officially make predictions once we get an opponent. But I got a bonus one. I started listening to WIP in Philadelphia.
Did you?
And everyone at that radio station, I respect a lot of people that work there, but they didn't make predictions except for one host. One host actually went out.
Was it Spike?
It was not Spike Eskin.
Wow,
Who
Spike didn't either.
You think he would. He hosts a Philadelphia 76ers podcast. It was not Spike Eskin. And I feel bad about this because the guy I'm about to play was the one person on WIP who actually agreed with Tiki Barber for the most part when Tiki called Joel Embiid, you know.
Tiki called Embiid a bitch.
So I have no axe to grind with this guy.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the hosts of Philadelphia's afternoon sports talk radio show, Ike Reese, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm telling you, I feel it.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to beat the Knicks. I don't give a damn if it's in 5, 6, or 7. They're going to beat the Knicks in this series. Joel Embiid right now is playing controlled, confident, supreme basketball.
Yes.
Rejuvenated.
Turned a corner.
And then crashed.
And then he crashed. So, yeah, that's
I'm
how
glad my boy Ike had my back.
he had your back.
I
and
love
then-
Ike. He's
and then-
awesome.
And then he foolishly picked the Sixers to
He
win.
had to.
Do you have to?
I mean, coming off of what he just saw in the Boston series, where they were down, what were they? They were down 3-1,
Yeah.
and then they win 3 in a row. I mean, and those were convincing wins. So you had to believe that there was like an aura around this Philadelphia team. They just weren't ready for what New York was, what the Knicks were doing.
I think that when talk show hosts don't believe in the local team, what they do is they offer no prediction. And so everyone in Philadelphia, whether it's Hugh Douglas or it's Joe Giglio or it's Spike Eskin, they didn't offer a prediction because they knew and they didn't want to insult their audience.
Right.
We'll see what our station does. See, I think most people here are going to pick the Knicks against the Pistons or Cavs based on the way they're playing, rightfully so. So I think we're going to get another universal Knicks in blank. Now, we get to the NBA Finals, and they're staring at the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think the predictions may be a little bit different.
Yeah, the predictions are going to be the only way they're winning is in 7.
Right.
They got to steal one on the road and win all the home games.
You don't think Craig's going to say Knicks in 4 for the Thunder?
No.
But overall, everyone picked the Knicks, so everybody was right. But the only victor here at WFAN was Craig. So kudos to him. And hopefully him and Big Mac will actually make a prediction next week when we get an opponent. Because we may not get an opponent until next week, which is crazy. It sucks. We're going to have to sit here and wait. I am hoping.
We'll know by Friday.
No. Potentially, we could know by Wednesday if Detroit wins today and then closes things out Wednesday. So there's a chance late this week we'll have an official Pistons-Knicks matchup. But if the series goes 7, it dips into the weekend.
Right.
So there's a chance we go into the weekend not knowing who the Knicks opponent will be. Let's go to Artie in Brooklyn. What's up, Artie?
Hey, Artie.
Hey, thanks for taking the call. As far as the Embiid, he's got to go to a winning team. What about Oklahoma City? Not only getting Embiid, but getting Giannis.
Why? Why?
They don't need to.
They're a dynastic team who's got 2 pretty quality first-round picks, including Philadelphia's first-round pick.
Yeah, that sounds like you're trying too hard.
You're trying too hard. I don't know where Embiid makes sense. Like I did think about that last night when I was pondering.
The problem is he doesn't make sense at most teams because either they're not playing with a big, meaning a traditional type center, and even if you are, he's likely not going to be an upgrade over some young player that you're trying to develop into a serviceable guy. You know what I mean?
I got one that popped into my head. This is a weird one. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but Jaylen Brunson, who did not face the Knicks this season, is being really criticized for his performance in the postseason. Would the Pistons, if they get knocked out by Cleveland or even the Knicks, say, you know what, screw it?
No. You know why? Because they play aggressive and fast, and that's not Embiid's game.
Okay.
You know it. We've seen the Pistons.
I'm just trying to think of where he would end up making sense.
You saw him lumbering up and down the court yesterday.
Yes.
It's I don't know where he fits. Like, teams don't play offense. They don't play offense in the half court, and they don't defend in the half court anymore. So what is he doing?
This was a success.
Let's go to Anthony in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Good afternoon, Anthony.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Listen, I know you're talking a lot of Knicks, but I just want to talk Mets real quick. By the way, Knicks, great job. Hopefully they can get to the finals. But this is really for Evan. Tiki, I love you. I just want to talk real quick to Evan. When is Soto going to get a little bit here? I mean, let's be honest. He can't be judged by a little slump or a little. He's making $800 million. He's the highest paid athlete in sports. Like, he can't be going 2 for 20 and his team losing. His numbers this year, I know he was out a couple weeks, are horrible.
Yeah.
Like, they're horrible. And I'm going to say another thing. You invest all this money into Soto, and that's cool. We all liked it. I don't want to bring up the Alonso thing again. You need to have someone behind him to protect him, or else this is what's going to happen.
All right, so
he would have never left the Yankees if he knew that.
There's two things here. There's number one, when is Juan Soto going to get it? And what he means is criticism.
Yeah.
The problem the Mets are in right now is unless you're listening to the Rico Brogna,
The Rico Borgagna podcast.
the Mets have become irrelevant.
Yeah, we're not talking. We don't talk about it.
We haven't talked about them. The morning guys didn't talk that much about them. Even Positive Tommy couldn't give you any positives. They've become irrelevant. Now, on the Rico, I did Mets for over an hour. And you know who I picked as the net negative? And you know who I criticized greatly? Juan Soto.
Oh, no, we love Soto.
Because our last caller's right. He needs to be better. He took an offer in this 3-game series against the Diamondbacks, including coming up small and big opportunities. So I'm giving it to him. Now, I don't know what.
$103 million between him and Bo Bichette for this season?
Yeah. And what'd they do in this 3-game series against Arizona?
0 for 20.
0 for 20. And I don't want to hear about bad luck. So I think that the Met fan who still cares about this team is going to criticize Juan Soto. They need him to be a Superman right now, and he hasn't been. So I think that's already happening. But I think in terms of the magnitude of the rip, because the Mets have fallen off into irrelevance for now, yeah, you're not hearing it on WFAN every day. That's why I suggest you download the Rico.
This is the Rico Brogna podcast.
So he's hearing it. That's number one. Number two, yeah, it hurts him that this lineup sucks.
Right.
I mean, it is Soto, Bichette, and pray for rain, and Bichette and Soto are not having great years. No. So it's a problem right now. I think their offensive issues are deeper than just a Juan Soto slump, but it doesn't help, Teak, when your two best offensive players, the guys you're hitting 1 and 2, go a combined 0 for 20.
I would need to do a deeper dive into this, and I'm not ready to do it to say this now, but Soto's successes have come on when the teams around him have been good, right? Nationals was that way. He goes to San Francisco, and they stunk. He had a bad year. Remember the conversation that people were talking about with, what was the slugger? Not even supposed to be for the Mets. Big dude. I forget his name now. Dang it. I can't remember his name. But he had the same OPS as Juan Soto.
Daniel Vogelback. He got off to a bad start after the trade was made.
The Vogelback thing. And it's like, man, maybe he's not a savior Soto. Maybe he needs like talent around him, and then he comes to the Yankees, and we saw him have a great season.
In 2021 with the Nationals, he had one of the best seasons of his career, and they lost 97 games. So there are examples where he can still succeed, even if there isn't a lot of talent around him.
Right.
So I think that's an excuse. Quite frankly, they need him to be better.
But why isn't he better?
Well, I think he's probably coming off an injury and is just slumping. Like, I don't think there's an in-depth reason that's going to blow anyone's mind. He's slumping at the absolute wrong time. When you slump, but the team around you is good and you're not 10 games under 500, it's less noticeable.
Right.
When you're slumping and the team needs you, it's obviously a much bigger issue. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And I thought about this yesterday. I slept on it because I didn't want to say anything hyperbolic. But even now, with 24 hours for it to ponder in my head, I am ready to fight anybody that the Mitchell Robinson dunk over Joel Embiid should surpass the John Starks dunk over Michael Jordan. We'll talk about it coming up. But guys, if you haven't upgraded your clothes for the season yet, what are you waiting for? Head to Flag and Anthem and load up on your favorite tees and shorts, like the Essential Stretch Tee. It's soft and stretchy and the perfect layer. Short season is just about here, so refresh your closet with the Pivot Performance Short. Great for the golf course or a weekend BBQ. Barbecue.
Sound like a loser. Right, BBQ sounds stupid.
Yeah, I'm trying to make that a thing, but it's not working. Check out their red, white, and blue shop. Everything you need for a patriotic summer. Head to flagandanthem.com. I'm wearing Flag and Anthem right now. Thank you very much. When you head on over, use promo code WFAN25 to get 25% off today. Flag and Anthem premium clothes without the premium price tag.
This drive around the league with Tiki Barber is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Over the last decade, it felt like the running back in the NBA, in the NFL has been greatly disrespected. Most of the reason is because offensive coordinators realize that the easier way to have 20-plus yard plays, which quadruples a team's chances of scoring a touchdown, is by airing it out. However, over the last few years, the value of top-tier running backs have started to appreciate. Saquon Barkley set the standard 2 seasons ago after rushing for 2,000 yards and helping the Eagles win the Super Bowl, and he was rewarded with a contract paying him over $20 million a year. Over the weekend, the New York Jets paid running back Breece Hall off the franchise tag to the tune of nearly $46 million, averaging $15+ million a year. And on top of that, 3 of the last 4 drafts have had running backs drafted in the top 10. Now, not all teams are going to spin on a running back, but if they have a good one, trust me, the purse strings will open. This drive around the league has been sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Start the day with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Spurs big man Victor Wembanyama might already be one of the best players in the league, but his decision last night to elbow Wolves big man Naz Reid in the throat was absolutely ridiculous, stupid, and uncalled for. It doesn't matter how they're jostling with you, how physical they're playing you. You can't swing your elbows around like you're in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Wemby cost his team in Game 4. We'll see if he gets suspended for Game 5. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide and services to showcase your invention. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word Boomer to save big at checkout. That's code word Boomer at chefiq.com.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof, we've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
To get your AC system ready to run at peak efficiency and save on energy costs this summer, go with Petro. Call 844-HVAC-4YOU now to schedule your AC tune-up. Petro's expert technicians can tune up and repair AC systems from all major brands to help prevent future breakdowns and potentially costly repairs. For a stress-free AC summer, go with your local HVAC pros. Go with Petro. Book your AC tune-up now. Go to petro.com, call 844-HVAC-4YOU or 844-482-2496 today.
Water damage happens fast. So can the cleanup when you call on the restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
La Playa awaits this weekend. Be sure to stock up on ice-cold Corona at Changing Times Ale House on Long Island. Then sit back, relax, and soak up the good weather. Great vibes and New York basketball. Turn anywhere you enjoy the game into your own beach. La Playa awaits. Must be 21. Relax responsibly.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text BILL to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text BILL to 231231. That's BILL to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The Knicks swept the Sixers and find themselves in the Eastern Conference Finals for the second year in a row. They take another step closer to their ultimate goal and await the winner of Cavs Pistons to continue on their journey. The latest breaking Knicks news, the biggest Knicks opinions, and the most trusted voices delivering them all live here.
That's right.
Your home for New York sports is 101.9 FM WFAN.
I don't want to be too reactionary to a moment, so I've given it a few days. And now I feel very emboldened with what I'm going to say.
Okay.
So when John Starks dunked over Michael Jordan towards the tail end of Game 2 of the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals, it became an iconic moment. There were posters everywhere. You know, kids put that poster on their wall of John Starks, creating a poster on Michael Jordan and Horace Grant, but it's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And what I've always had an issue with that moment is that they lost the series. And I'm pretty consistent about this. Like, when it comes to the Mets, the Andy Chavez catch, I have a very tough time celebrating because they lost the game and they lost the series.
Right.
Now, granted, the Knicks won the game. Okay, I acknowledge that. But they then lost the next 4. So it's tough in my mind. I've always thought this way. And whenever I said it, it's like, you're being a hater, to celebrate a moment in a series loss.
Right. I was thinking you were just going to talk about the aesthetics and the execution of the dunk.
They're beautiful.
Right.
And I agree, like the aesthetics of Michael Jordan trying to stop you and little John Starks dunking over him, like, I admit it's awesome.
Right.
But again, I can't get over the fact that they lost the conference finals. Now we get to Friday night. Mitchell Robinson took the soul of Joel Embiid.
This was a success.
Yeah, sure it was, Joel.
Nope.
That picture is on everybody's phone right now.
Right.
It has been posterized everywhere.
You know why?
And
keep going.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
Here's where I'm going. That dunk, when you combine who is against in the series that you won, I believe that dunk absolutely moves ahead of the John Starks dunk.
Right. I'm going to tell you why, after Sean plays the audio, why it will last forever.
Go ahead.
Maxey is in. Lob it up. Throw it down.
Robinson devours the rim.
Now, everybody saw this because we're Knicks fans. We were watching this game.
But we're not all Knicks fans, but okay.
We're Knicks observers, even if we're IBOs. We were watching this. Okay. It's coming off a screen, right? And Joel Embiid runs under the screen and is trying to get to the point where Mitchell Robinson's going to accept this alley-oop, right? The reason it's going to last forever is because Joel Embiid was facing the basket.
Yeah.
So when you see the picture that's shot through the basket and he's just yoking him, someone put my face on it.
That was amazing.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But when you see him yoking it on, you see Embiid's face.
Yeah.
Like if you saw the back end, because you want to see the dunker's face. Like when someone's doing that. So the early one we were talking about,
John Starks, Michael Jordan.
It's like the back of Michael Jordan. It's like the side back of Michael Jordan. This one is Joel Embiid like, I'm getting dunked on.
Yeah.
And you see Mitch's face and you see Embiid's face looking troubled. The reason it's so important is that last night when Mitchell Robinson got it wasn't really I guess it was an alley-oop. Joel Embiid didn't even try.
You want to know why?
Tiki called Embiid a bitch.
He did not want to be reposterized by Mitchell Robinson. You saw him just standing there like, let me get out of the way of this picture. And so I think the reason this one lives is because of Embiid's face. Like you see his face. He's just troubled.
Yeah, I think you throw in the fact that 2 years earlier, Joel Embiid tried to rip the knee off of Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
And so this is a full circle revenge moment.
Right.
You throw in the fact that Joel Embiid is a hated, dirty player. Michael Jordan was hated, but it was hated because of respect.
Right.
He was hated because he's an all-time great.
Because he was so good.
You didn't view Michael Jordan as some dirty player.
Yeah.
You didn't view him as a foul-baiting punk. You know what I mean?
Right.
You didn't have a talk show host in 1993 called Michael Jordan the B word. So I think when you throw in who Embiid is and his history with the New York Knicks, that right there surpasses the Jordan dunk. And then the biggest part of all is that they won.
Yeah.
Like, I never understood how you can celebrate moments in losses. It's very difficult for me to compute that. And so I think on every level, and I'm curious if the Knicks fan agrees with me, because in the past, it was stop trolling John Starks, Michael Jordan. It's not about that. Now it's about putting over Mitchell Robinson, Joel Embiid. So I am curious if the Knicks fan, especially ones that remembered the John Starks dunk and have celebrated the John Starks dunk, are you ready to move forward with me and admit that we have a new posterized dunk that lives in Knicks history, and that is Mitchell Robinson taking Joel Embiid to the wolf shed.
No, the woodshed. I hear these things all the time now because of how the Knicks beat the 76ers. They got that BTA, and somebody had a belt.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like these modern kids, they're like, what does that even mean, the belt? Because they didn't get spanked by the belt.
That's true.
I got spanked by the belt.
It's more of something they've heard about.
They've heard about, but they have no idea what it means. Or, more importantly, what it feels like. And so that's exactly what the Knicks did, though. They belted them. It was bad.
Yeah, no doubt.
This was an ass whooping in the utmost way. And so that, I think it only really lives forever if the Knicks win a title. That's going to be the poster.
Okay, but here's can I push back on that?
Go ahead.
They lost 4 straight to Chicago, and yet the Starks dunk lives in history.
I know, this one will replace
40
it.
years later.
That's what I mean. This one will replace it.
Shouldn't it replace it anyway? Why doesn't it replace it right now?
It's the second round. It's the conference semis. It means a lot. It does, absolutely. But they were here last year.
Okay. Walk you through this.
Okay.
That was one round further, the Eastern Conference Finals in 1993, where they had been a year earlier as well, 1992, and they lost. They lost the series. At least here, no matter what happens in the next round, the image of what you did to Philadelphia, the image of sweeping the 76ers, can be around that dunk. Right. It's full revenge, and it very well may be the final time that the Knicks face Joel Embiid and the Sixers between him never being healthy and maybe him being traded away. Like, this could really be the finality of this short-lived rivalry. So on every level, it passes Jordan Starks. On every level.
No, you know what? Ultimately, you're right, but I think it really needs to. culminate in the Knicks getting to the finals. I think maybe even if it does that, if they get to the finals, then it replaces Starks.
It should replace it today. Today, Junior.
In theory, you're right because of how hated the 76ers are and how hated Joel Embiid.
And you won.
Yeah.
Like that part matters to me. And I guess the reason, if I'm trying to rationalize the other side, is that Michael Jordan is so respected and so considered the greatest of all time that's the part of it that no one will ever take away. He dunked on Jordan, even if it wasn't fully on Jordan.
Right.
He's in the image, and he's so iconic. He's the god of basketball.
Right. Well,
that him being associated with it is enough for it to remain an iconic moment.
Well, at least he dunked on Michael Jordan type of thing.
Right.
Even though Jordan won the war.
Right. He won you won the battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to take anything away from what John did, because it was a very impressive dunk, and it happened at a big moment in the game.
Right, especially for a 6'2" guard.
No question about it. It was late in the game. It was a game that they won, but it was also the last game they won in that series. And I would even argue, if you go back to when the Mitchell Robinson dunk occurred, remember, it was a close game.
Right.
It was in the second quarter, and it was still close.
It was right after Embiid had given them the too short thing.
Yeah.
Come on, Embiid.
So it was at a point in the game in the series that was there was still questions.
Right.
Like the Sixers still had a legitimate chance to win that game and make it 2-1. I just think on every level, and maybe what helps me is not being a Knicks fan, that I'm taking the emotion out of Jordan and the emotion out of John Starks.
Right.
I'm just looking this as an IBO, and I'm like, dude, it's surpassed it by a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's close. And yet I guarantee Knicks fans will push back on me, and I don't know why. And it's not even being haterific, because I'm putting a modern moment over it.
Right.
It's not like I'm putting some Nets moment over it.
Right.
I'm putting your moment that you accomplished of the last few days against Joel Embiid and saying, hey, that's iconic. That should replace the Jordan dunk.
Do you think that not fans, but let's call them NBA fans outside of New York will look at this one greater than John Starks?
Okay. I believe the John Starks dunk over Jordan, it's a New York moment anyway.
Right.
Was that really an iconic moment in NBA history? It's not exactly the LeBron chase down block. What are we doing?
I also was not a Knicks fan. I was in Virginia at that time.
I understand.
But I remember it. Like if you were a non-Knicks fan, you remember it. Are you remembering this one like that? Like years from now, are you going to remember Mitchell Robinson dunking on Joel Embiid?
I think so. I really do.
As a non-local NBA fan.
No. Forget. As a national fan, I don't know what you remember from the second round of the playoffs. That was a sweep.
Right.
But from a Knicks fan perspective, I think whenever you think back to sweeping the 76ers, there are going to be two thoughts.
Yeah. But I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the Knicks fan.
Oh, the national
I'm talking about the national fan. And I think this is why it's persisted with John Starks, is because as a non-New York fan, I still remember it.
I think there are three thoughts that the Knicks fan will have thinking back to this series over the 76ers. I think number one will be the fan takeover.
No doubt.
Number two will be the Mitchell Robinson dunk. And number three will be...
Tiki called Embiid a bitch.
Those would be the three things that I think are remembered. Now, let's get to some of your calls. 888-808-1019. Let's go to Steve in the car. What's up, Steve?
Hey, Steve.
Hi, how you guys doing?
We're good, man.
What's up?
Yeah, good. What you guys are talking about iconic Knicks dunks. I want to go back to 1984, I think it was. Bernard King rebound dunk over Lane Beer and his buddies against the Pistons in the playoffs.
Yeah.
When the Knicks knocked the Pistons out.
Yeah.
That was at that point, man, that was as good as it gets.
No, I know, but I don't think it lives in the same infamy, infamy that the John Starks one does.
The hate of the player maybe is close.
Yeah, because you hated that team.
You hated the team. You
dirty
hated Lambeer
bastards. Yeah,
he was a dirty player like Embiid was.
Yeah.
But it doesn't resonate nationally.
Let's go to Pete in New Providence. What's up, Pete?
Hey, Evan, T, good to see you. Evan, you're 100% right. Logically speaking, it doesn't make sense that it's more iconic, or it's an iconic moment in a loss. Totally get it. But it's all about Jordan, man. You know, to do that to Jordan at that time was huge.
I know,
it was
but
like
you
a
lost
boxer
this...
getting knocked out for the first time.
But you lost.
That's what it was.
It was Mike Tyson with Buster Douglas.
But you lost. Like, that's the part. This is going to be my new mission in life. I'm not going to confront people. I'm going to ask them. Like, I'm going to ask Big Mac and Craig before they come on the air. Just like, hey, by the way, do you think the Mitchell Robinson dunk passes the Jordan dunk?
Well, for Craig, it's definitely going to be.
You think it's going to be?
Yeah. It's got to be.
Craig's interesting because as a great Knick fan, which he is, which we learned a couple of weeks ago with his passion during the draft party, he's always been a big proponent that the Willis Reed moment has been overrated and that it overshadows how Clyde played in Game 7 and that it's an overrated moment in Knick history that what did he do? He just comes out on the court.
Right, because Clyde was the man.
So he's not afraid to tell you a Knick moment is overrated, but I'd be curious. Same thing with Gio. I'm going to ask him tomorrow, just out of curiosity. Because, yeah, I'm giving you my opinion, and I'm doing it as an IBO, but for the diehard Knick fan, like, am I right? Or is it like, nah, you don't understand. It's Jordan.
I think for the diehard fan, they need this to go longer, go deeper, and then it gets symbolic.
I appreciate you saying that. They lost 4 straight to Jordan after the dunk.
I know.
Like, can we not understand that?
I know.
So every time you say, or someone says, well, if they win the championship, they didn't win the championship in 1993.
True.
They lost the series.
But it was also Jordan. It's the one thing you remember.
Let's go to...
Everything else was not memorable.
All right. Let's go to... I'm going to go rapid fire because I'm very curious people's opinion.
Yeah, we're getting a lot on this.
Let's go to Nicole in Mount Vernon. What's up, Nicole?
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole here. Hi, Tiki. Hi, Evan.
Hey.
Long-time Giants fan, long-time Knicks fan. I have to go with the Jordan dunk. I'm a senior in high school, 1993. I mean, Jordan is the man. It's like, I get the optics of the Embiid dunk. We see their faces, but Embiid is not Michael Jordan. And dunking on Michael Jordan, that's like you said, knocking out Mike Tyson. That's like beating Michael Jackson in a dance contest.
Which never happened, by the way.
No, it's never happened.
Right.
Well, did you really dunk on Michael Jordan? Because it was kind of, a little bit on Horace Grant as well. Let's go to Matt in Howard Beach. What's up, Matt?
Hey, gentlemen. Good afternoon. I think the Mitch Robinson dunk does go down pretty high in Knick history, but being 11 years old in 1993, it still happened. I know Horace Grant was there, but it happened over Jordan, the top player in the league. And Embiid is not the best player in the league. I think that's why that moment sticks out so big for us.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Sam in Hamden. What's up, Sam?
Hey, Sam.
Morning, boys. First time, long time.
Oh, I appreciate you, dude.
Thank you, man. What's up?
Let me start by saying I'm in Connecticut, so I'm right in between Boston and New York City.
Okay.
I'm also an IBO. But I got to agree with Evan on this one. The Starks dunk has been officially replaced, and let me tell you why. That was the moment Michael Jordan decided the New York Knicks would not win another game next
I mean, he is kind of right.
I mean, that's solid, actually.
That was the moment Jordan's like, all right, this was...
enough. I'm tired of playing with you.
In fact, look it up. What's Michael Jordan's playoff record against the Knicks following the John Starks dunk?
Undefeated.
I think they lost one game in 1996, if I'm not mistaken, in the postseason. So I think overall it's like 8-1 or something like that. It's a good way to look at it. By the way, I put the poll up on social media just to see what Twitter says about this or X says about it. And the way I worded it, very simple, is more iconic dunk in Knicks history. Mitch over Embiid, Starks over MJ. Very simple, not forcing my opinion. I'm more just curious. Let's go to Adam in South Jersey, who was in the building yesterday. What's up, Adam?
Hey, Adam.
What's up, guys? As you can hear, I have no voice. I'm not my usual self today. It was insane. Dude, I've never been to a game on the road where there were 12,000 of the other team's people in the building cheering goodbye to the Philly fans leaving at the end of the third. It was crazy. But listen, I'm old. I'm 57. I was a young adult when the Starks dunk happened. Yesterday, I wore a T-shirt with the Robinson dunk on it that said the dunk 2.0. There is no question about it. If the Knicks continue this magic and they go on the run, it's not even close. The Robinson dunk is bigger because it leads to something, fellas. It leads to something as to where, like the last caller from Connecticut said, the other one led to Jordan getting pissed off and blowing us out.
Yeah,
so
that's true. When you talk about leading to something, and by the way, just officially, so when they played him in 94, no Jordan, so we won't include that one. Right. Then they played again in 96, and the Bulls 1-5. So 1-8 was the Knicks' record versus Michael Jordan in the playoffs after the dunk.
Right.
That's all you need to know.
Take your dunk. hold my beer.
Yeah. So you inspired Jordan to own you for the next couple of years.
Inspired Joel Embiid to step away from getting dunked on again.
I mean, there's a really good chance, if I had to make a long-term prediction, that will be the final time the Knicks ever see Joel Embiid in the postseason. And maybe ever, because he's never healthy, and he may not be on the Sixers next year. I don't know what the heck they're going to do after this season. There's a lot of options on the table. Maybe they'll try to use him to try to get Giannis. Not that the Bucks would be interested in that. Imagine that flop. Imagine that swap.
There's no failure in sports. This was a success.
Those guys would fit well together.
That actually would be a good trade for the 76ers.
Well, yeah. Yes.
I just don't know how they do it.
Yeah, no. Embiid is not something Milwaukee would be interested in. But if you're just tuning in, Shams did report that the Bucks are now open on Giannis Antetokounmpo trades. And so you would expect most of this league, outside of the Knicks and the Thunder.
No, they want a lottery. They want one of the picks.
Probably.
And so they want to retool their team, and Giannis is their catalyst to do it.
Yeah, you know what team makes the most sense to do it? The Wizards. Think about it. They've already got a core now of not only good young pieces, but Trae Young and Anthony Davis. Could they use the number 1 overall pick and say, look, A.J. DeBonce's got a chance to be a star, but let's really make our mark and flip that pick for Giannis?
I don't know enough about the construction of the Wizards right now other than Trae Young and Anthony Davis. But it would have to be something else too, right?
Well, you got to make the salaries work.
Right.
Probably have to be Anthony Davis, unfortunately, to make it work.
But does that make sense?
Nah, probably not. I'm just thinking out loud. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And besides annihilating the Philadelphia 76ers, another piece of underratedly good news for Knicks fans as this playoff run continues. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan.
I'm always busy and always on the go. Traveling, making sure my family's safe when I'm not with them, and Sloman's really helped me out. They just installed the Sloman ShieldLink system into my home, which is a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. The best part about it is I have cameras all around my house, so even when I'm not home, I can see what's going on, outside and inside. And if someone needs to come by just to drop something off, or hang out in my pool like my buddy Max likes to do, I can set them all up and just not have to give them the codes or anything. Do it right off of my phone. The beauty of the Sloman ShieldLink system is that their technicians are absolutely fantastic. They will design it exactly how you want it. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman ShieldLink system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Take advantage of low to no interest payment plans, and when you purchase and install with Windorama, it's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Ray Cattina Mercedes-Benz of Edison. It's also sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
Mercedes-Benz of Edison has done it again. Named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com in New Jersey and the entire U.S. Expect exceptional service, an unmatched selection, and a luxury experience you won't find anywhere else. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison or RayCatinaEdison.com.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you get the most Westwood One Sports. Pistons Cavs, Game 4, and I think the home team holds serve yet again. That's been the case this postseason with Cleveland. 0-5 on the road and 5-0 at home, and their shooting percentages are a stark contrast. Shot 43% from the field and 30% from deep in Detroit. Then in Game 3 at home, shot 58% from the field and 38% from deep. I think the Cavs continue their Jekyll and Hyde-ness. I like them to cover and even up the series tonight. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today. My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
I'm Neil, founder of Clay Room. When I found ceramics, I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative. So I set out to open my own studio. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. Now we're molding a creative community.
With the Chase Ink Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@Yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit Yankees.com/groups today.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Cooking easy as 1, 2, 3. Discover how at chefiq.com. The Yankees will visit Baltimore to start a 3-game series, 6:35 here on The Fan. Ryan Weathers, back from that bout of losing weight with a virus. He'll face Brandon Young. No Mets tonight for everyone's sanity. And the Knicks sit and wait for their conference finals opponent. It is Pistons and Cavs tonight in Game 4 at 8 o'clock.
And tickets are on sale from the Knicks for the Eastern Conference Finals. You can buy them right now. And I've told you about this dynamic pricing that every team uses. It's not just the Knicks.
And the World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup uses it. So it's not something that's fraudulent. It's legal and everybody does it. It's just crazy to look at. So if you want to sit on the Chase Bridge for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and I love the Chase Bridge.
Right. That's where you sit.
That's where I sit. Very underrated seat. And you want to sit basically in my section, like right across from me. From the New York Knicks on the Ticketmaster website, it is $1,000 per ticket. $1,027.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
What?
And that's from the Knicks.
And you got them, right?
Yes. Well, I'm a season ticket holder, of
That's
course.
what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not that much for you. Is
No.
It? Yeah.
No. And it won't be that much for you either, because if you wait probably closer to tip,
right,
the dynamic pricing is going to bring that price down. Like, as hot a ticket as the Knicks are, and they're an incredibly hot ticket, I'd be very surprised if it's $1,000, 48 hours before tip-off. It'll probably come down to something like $500 or $600, which is still crazy, but not quite $1,000. So it's the thing about dynamic pricing. It sucks. Sometimes, like, if you wait, it'll work out. Like in Philadelphia, they did the same thing. The prices come down because people don't want them. People want Knick tickets, but I don't know if they're willing to drop $1,000 to sit on the bridge.
Our friend Carrie went, and I was chatting with her on Friday, and she was saying how she wished she's glad she got them, but she wished she would have waited because they came down quickly.
No, they do.
And so I don't even know what Sunday ultimately was, but Friday even came down. If you waited, till a couple hours before game time.
And obviously the Knicks are going to be very different. Like, $1,000 will come down, but it's not going to come down to $200.
No.
Like, it is still an incredibly hot ticket. I don't think it matters if it's Cleveland or Detroit, Game 3 or Game 1. Like, it's going to be a hot ticket. But dynamic pricing is fascinating. So I'll keep you posted. So as of right now, on the Chase Bridge, it's $1,000 from Ticketmaster and the New York Knicks to go to the game.
Hey, Evan, can I go with you?
Well, it won't be $1,000. I'll charge you.
Whatever.
Actually, I am going to one Eastern Conference Finals game, and I've already picked who I'm going with.
Who?
And I want to apologize to you, Tiki, because it is not you.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to go and sit on Celebrity Row.
That's what you should do.
No.
You should. Sean Morash, it's not you either.
Oh, man.
You know who I'm picking?
Tommy.
It is not Tommy Lugauer.
How are you not taking Tommy?
It's good reason. I know who you're taking.
You know who I'm taking?
It was Chris McMonaco, his fat ass.
You knew it was Big Mac?
Yeah, he got shafted by his own co-host.
He got shafted by Craig. Craig promised him to sit on the wood, as they call it, courtside, and then he took his son instead, which we all understand why you would take your son. The problem that Craig made is that he promised him something and couldn't deliver.
What son did he take?
Sonny, who's his oldest son.
Yeah,
why does that matter?
I you know why?
Like, if it's Anthony, it doesn't count.
You know why?
What?
Because yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. It was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
My two daughters, for whatever reason, my two youngest daughters, were like badgering Tracy and me about who was their favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's your favorite? And then they're just arguing with each other. Who's your favorite? And then Tracy wouldn't answer. They came into my office and they're like, Dad, who's your favorite? You just whisper it. You don't have to say it. Just whisper it. I'm like, there is no favorite. It depends on how you're acting today.
That's a good answer.
That was my answer.
Good
it's
answer.
like, we're not answering. We love you both equally. So that's why.
Oh, you were trying to figure out who's Craig's favorite kid based on who he took?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you who was not his favorite kid.
It was Chris McMonaco, his fat ass.
So I felt obligated. Like, I'm going to take Big Mac to a game. So we have to decide which conference finals game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's going to be heavily dependent on if they open at home, if they open on the road. But I do want to go to one of the conference finals games, and so I'm going to take him. So I apologize to you, Tiki Barber, you, Sean Morash, and I guess Tommy.
Not if I really want to go, I can go.
Exactly.
Sean, you want to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Hey.
That's the ultimate move. I'm sitting at the top of the Chase Bridge, and Tiki's being announced to the crowd.
It's like when we went to Philly. You sat in whatever that was, the Revolutionary Row,
Right.
Sean and I were in a nice suite.
Hey, you know what? I like it that way.
By Simone.
I like it that way. I like being up. I love being upstairs.
I like the chicken fingers in a fridge where I can open my beers. That's what I like.
I respect that, and you guys should do that. I'm saying I love my Chase Bridge. That's my home. I got the deli right behind me. I got the table right in front of me.
I can tell you, I appreciate Evan's seats wherever he is.
Thank you.
Because they're all 22.
They are. I do too.
In this case, all 10.
Yeah, he hasn't invited us to a Met game in a while either. I love those.
Oh, you guys want to come?
You know what? I should have said it.
Not really. If I go to a Mets game, I'm going to the Cadillac Club.
Yes.
Say, what's your plan, by the way, if it's Knicks Cavs Sunday 3:30 and it's Mets Yankees and you have tickets to Mets Yankees?
Ooh.
What are you asking me?
If
Like where I'm going?
If that's the game Chris says.
What time is the Subway Series game?
1:40.
Oh, that's a double.
No, I'm going to the Met game.
That's a double dip.
But what if Chris says that's the one game I can go to?
Well, he doesn't get to choose which game he goes to. I'm going to tell him this is the game.
Why don't you double dip?
What do you mean?
Go to both.
If it's an 8 o'clock game, I probably would. I think that's actually a great idea. It'd probably be a best case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
If you get Mets Yankees 1:40 and the Knicks have to start 6 o'clock or later, because I really don't want to show up too late.
Yeah.
You go 6 o'clock or later, I'll do that. I'll do a little double dip action.
Look at you.
But let's all be honest with ourselves. James Harden and the Cleveland Cavaliers are not beating the Detroit Pistons. They're just not. I know for a while I thought the Knicks and Pistons would not face each other in the playoffs. It was one of my grand predictions. I'm probably going to have to take an L on that once that becomes official. Looking at where things are set up now, I don't care how good James Harden looked in the final minute and a half of Game 3.
Yeah.
Anybody really think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to win this series?
I don't, but you never know.
You never know, right?
Right.
I guess.
Only because it's a series.
Yeah.
Right? And especially after tonight, if the Cavaliers win, it really becomes a series. And if the Cavaliers wins, that means that Game 1 is going to be Tuesday, likely.
Well, here's the other great thing about the Eastern Conference Finals, no matter who it is, whether it's Cleveland or Detroit, and we'll have more time this week to break down who you prefer. I think the answer is obvious. ABC ESPN is the exclusive rights holder of the Eastern Conference Finals and subsequently the NBA Finals.
Right.
Which means from here on out, it's Mike Breen. How about that?
That's great.
That's a huge victory for the Knicks fan.
Huge.
And we all love.
He'll call it neutral.
I think he does. I think he did. And look, I love Ian Eagle, and I love Noah Eagle, and I love all the different announcers they've thrown at you. I think the Knicks fan A would prefer their guy in Mike Breen. And also, it's the continuity of it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue I've had with the coverage of the NBA playoffs.
It'll get better that way. Speaking of,
but Ian's amazing. That call that he made on the Mitch dunk, dude. You say what you want. Oh, he's a Knicks guy. Shut up.
Yeah.
That was an all-time call by the Birdman.
I love Ian. So when I was going down to Orlando for the cheer that I was telling you about, I saw Ian in the airport.
Did you?
I was like, why are you here? And he's like, I came home. Now I'm going back. So he did like a day home and then went back.
Wow.
I was like, dude, you were dedicated to this.
Hardest working man in the biz.
Real quickly, as long as we're here, do you know who has the West?
No. Why were you asking?
Do we care?
Well, I kind of cared because I was curious about this just going forward. You're telling me ESPN ABC is a whole conference.
But we know what's going to happen in the West.
I got this great idea.
No. I meant the TV network.
No, I got you. I got a great idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you use your fingers and Google who has the Western Conference?
I can't seem to find
just ask your phone. Hey, Siri.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, people in the cars listening. Your phone's just lit up.
I'm doing it for him, which kind of annoys me. Like, you could have looked this up.
You had the East. That means you had both.
I have the answer now because I Googled it. For the 2026 NBA playoffs, the Western Conference Finals will be broadcast exclusively on NBC Peacock.
Okay, so Amazon is out.
Why didn't you Google it?
Because
I'm doing a radio show with Tiki, and you're like, why don't you tell us the
first
rest?
of all,
how about you look it up?
How about you're doing the show with Tiki and with Sean Morris? Second of all.
Oh, that's true.
Second of all, we had this conversation last week, and you said, I have no idea how the conference finals work.
I looked it up.
That was why I asked you, doofus. You could have given me the answer instead of, hey, why don't you Google it?
Because
you Googled it. You found out. Tell Absolutely.
And you're very adept at talking and Googling at the same time, Evan.
That's true.
You just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he acts like it's such an inconvenience that I asked him a question that he clearly knew the answer to by having the Knicks
No,
answer.
I didn't. I never looked that up. I only looked up the Eastern Conference Finals because I didn't care enough about who exclusively has the Western Conference Finals. You brought it up, so I'm like, go look it up. Don't ask me.
Dude.
I got to
You
have the
suck.
answer to everything.
You cared enough last week that we had a conversation about who was getting what. Now you didn't care.
Now, Wemby and the Spurs, they've beaten
Yeah,
OKC.
they beat him a bunch of times.
So, I mean, that could actually be a series.
We could get an NBA Cup rematch.
We could. Remember, the Spurs beat the Thunder to get to the NBA Cup, which knocked out the possibility of Knicks Thunder in the NBA Cup.
Right.
No, I think it'll be a good series. I wasn't degrading what I think the Western Conference Finals would be. It was more that I didn't look that up. I'm sorry. Now I did. We have the information. NBC Peacock will have the Western Conference, and ABC ESPN will have the Eastern Conference. Let's go to Ernest in New Jersey. What's up, Ernest?
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing, brother?
All's well.
Excellent, man. What's up?
Hey, man, I know y'all guys y'all on the high horse, man, in New York, man, with the Knicks going to the finals, bro. But John Starks did not dunk on Michael Jordan, brother.
I know.
He was in the picture. Yes. But
I know. So, Ernest, I agree with you, but I have to be very sensitive to Knicks fans.
Wait, so Ernest
they
agrees.
view it.
Ernest agrees with you then.
Well, okay, so there's twofold. And I made this comment while we were talking about it, but I didn't make a big deal of it. He didn't fully dunk on Jordan, but the perception is he did, because that's the image.
Right. More of his body was on Horace Grant.
Yes.
Right.
So I agree with Ernest that it wasn't really a dunk on Michael Jordan,
Right.
but the perception for the last 30 years has been that it was.
Right. Whereas Mitchell Robinson's dunk was fully on the aggrieved face of Joel Embiid.
I asked
I should say.
I asked off air both Craig Carton and Chris Big Mac McMonagle if the Robinson dunk surpasses the John Starks dunk. And so I have both of their answers, and I will tell you that it's split. One of them said Mitch surpasses it. The other one says it does not. You want to guess which one said which?
Mitch's was Craig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Craig was, because he gets it.
Yeah.
And he even said what Ernest said, which is, and also, it wasn't really on Jordan, which I agree with, but that's not what the perception is anyway.
Right. It's revisionist history.
Yes, and Big Mac was more on the John Starks side. And I think age has everything to do with it, because Big Mac grew up in the John Starks era, and so he's thinking back to how he felt when he was 9, not the reality of the situation. Jackson is calling from Philadelphia.
What up, Jackson?
What's up, Jackson?
Hey, what's up, boys? How we doing?
All's well.
Good.
So I live in Philly. I'm a tortured Giants, Sixers, Flyers fan.
Wow, that's bizarre.
Thank my dad for that. I'm 27, so it's been nothing but misery for a long time. But what I wanted to do was come on here and defend the city of Philadelphia, not the Sixers. The Sixers, everyone needs to go. Get Morey gone, Nick Nurse gone, Embiid gone. But what I want you guys to look at, if you haven't already seen it, look at the ovation they gave the Flyers. In the building, after they got swept,
right? Because
we are so sick of the Sixers,
right? They care about the Flyers and they believe that the future is there. The 76ers, there hasn't been belief for many years.
I think that's all fair, but we don't care.
Of course we don't care.
You got embarrassed.
100%.
Like, you could tell me all day that, well, they don't like the Sixers. They don't care about the Sixers. It'd be embarrassing. And I'll give you an example to prove my point. We are the kings of having multiple teams in our city. All right, we are not universally agreeing on anything. As much as it's overwhelming Knicks, there are Nets fans. I'm one of them. May not be a lot of us, but we do exist. Mets and Yankees, more Yankee fans, but there's a split. Jets, Giants, there's more Giant fans, but there's a split. If Eagle fans took over a Jets game, right? Let's just say.
Right.
I don't think the recall that we would give the city of Philadelphia of, well, that's the Jets, that doesn't count. They would say, shut up. It's New York. We don't care.
Yeah, but
Same thing when the Philly fan invades Citi Field. We don't care if half the city's Yankee fans. It doesn't matter.
That's not a rivalry, though. The Jets and the Eagles.
All right, so let's stick with Mets Phillies.
Yeah.
No, same thing.
You're right. No, you're right.
It's the same thing.
You're 100%.
So I get your point that a lot of Philadelphians don't believe in the 76ers, but your image to not only New York, but on a national level was that you got run over in your own building.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the mix of fandoms that he has is not strange. So a couple of years ago, I also led an invasion. I don't know if you're aware of this.
No, I didn't.
I led the invasion of Philadelphia from Brooklyn Net fans. We played game 1 of our postseason series back in 2023 against the Philadelphia 76ers, and I led an invasion.
Was it heavy?
It was an invasion of 3 people. That's right. Sometimes those are the toughest battles. And so me and 2 other people invaded the city of Philadelphia.
Love it.
I got recognized a lot in the parking lot. Now, I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to explain something, because you're like, why were you recognized? Every single person that came up to me was like, I'm a big Mets fan. And my response was, oh, great. Let's go Brooklyn. And they're like, no. We're Sixer fans. And I'm like, excuse me?
Sixers and Mets?
Yeah, there's a big part of South Philly, or not South Philly, South Jersey.
Yeah.
That is so on the line that there are some Philly teams they root for and some New York teams they root for.
Well, my buddy Berkowitz is that way. He's a big Giant fan, but he also is a 76ers fan.
There's a perfect example. And so you have a lot of that. And so when I was in Philly for that Nets-Sixers game, I didn't run into one Nets fan. It was all Mets fans who happened to root for the 76ers. So I know our last caller wasn't Mets-Sixers specific. Right. He was Giants. I forget what he said.
He was
Mets.
Did he say Mets, Giants? No, it was Giants, Phillies, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he's a Giants fan. Giants, Flyers, Phillies.
That's what he said.
Yes,
Okay.
it was everything but the Eagles where he could celebrate.
Now, that's a mix, but I think that mix happens a lot more than we realize when you go to South Jersey, where you've got people who happen to root for 1 or 2 of the New York teams. It's why we have a lot of Philly fans who listen to us, not because they just love listening to New York sports, but they happen to root for a Philly team or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But they're a New York sports fan.
Yeah, that's the South Jersey side of it.
Yeah.
You see it.
It's kind of it's crazy.
It is a little bit crazy.
But look, it exists. I mean, especially in football in this town. Like, look around our own radio station. We have a lot of New Yorkers who don't root for local New York teams. Right? Keith McPherson, big Cowboy fan. Right. Gio, Viking fan. Al Cintron, Commander fan. Yeah. I know it's a little bit different, but
Sal, when he was here, he's a Falcons fan.
Big Falcons fan, yeah. So, congrats, Sean. You're straight up New Yorker.
That's right. I'm authentic.
You're authentic. Big Mac, straight up New Yorker.
That's right.
Carton, straight up New Yorker.
Yeah, we
You're
grew
also
up within
from the
30
island.
minutes.
You're also from the island.
What does that mean?
It means you're not even close to Philly.
Oh, I just meant from
I could take the ferry to get up to Boston, though.
That is true. Let's go to
God forbid.
Yeah. Tony in Ashburn, Virginia. What's up, Tony?
What's up, Tony?
How's it going, guys?
All's
Thanks for
good.
taking my call.
Pleasure.
I had a comment about the Knicks in the next round, and I also have a question about Yankees Orioles tonight.
Yeah.
So the comment I had was that I think that I'm happy to have a week off because I think that OG's going to use the rest. I'm worried about us cooling off.
Right.
Because I think Deuce McBride's going to be our X factor no matter who we play.
Right.
And then the question is, I'm actually driving to Baltimore right now to see the Yankees play. I just had your guys' opinion, and it's mostly for Sean because he's a Yankee fan. I'm wearing my jersey, and I always just had the question, how do you guys feel about wearing your jersey in enemy territory? Do you feel like it's always like a good idea? It's like maybe unsafe?
Good question. Let's find out from Sean.
Why don't you go and ask Sean Morash?
I think if you're wearing a jersey of the team that's playing in the game, there's absolutely nothing wrong with wearing it in enemy
Especially
territory.
in Baltimore. They're soft.
Yeah, like what are we talking about here?
Yeah. In fact, I lived in Baltimore for a couple of years. I used to go to a ton of Oriole games, and they are as known for invading fans as anything. Like Red Sox, Orioles, filled with Red Sox fans. I remember even going to a Phillies-Orioles game, invaded with Philly fans. It was a White Sox-Oriole game I went to. There was a bunch of White Sox fans there.
Is that because of the displaced nature of D.C.?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you nailed it. It's just such a transient city and area.
Right.
And at the time when I lived down there, the Nationals didn't exist, so it was your one chance to see baseball.
Right.
So when you go down to Baltimore, they will welcome you in. Like, they will open the door. Very different than Philly, yet they're so close to each other. They see you with a Yankee jersey, they'll be like, come on in. What would you like? You want to try Boogs? Boogs has some great steak.
Right.
Like, they'll invite you in.
Yeah, you just don't want to wear the opposing jersey and then go double birds in somebody's face in the stands. That's the issue.
Yeah, you want to be respectful. That's what you want to do.
Right.
And Oriole fans are good people. They're soft. They're wonderful. They're very nice. They're not.
They love Pete
harmless.
Alonso.
Yeah, wow. Do they love Pete Alonso?
Not yet.
I don't know if they fully love him yet.
Not yet.
Let me see his numbers. Let me see how he's doing.
How many homers this week for?
Yeah, he'll hit a couple. So right now, here are Pete's numbers.
How many did he hit? 2 in the last series?
That's what I'm saying.
He's up to 214 batting average, 748 OPS, 8 home runs, 22 RBIs. So more home runs and more RBIs than any other Met, just in case you're counting at home.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah, not great numbers, but 8 home runs, 22 RBIs. You know what's funny about that? He is on pace, just the pace he is setting to hit 32 home runs and drive in 88 runs. I'm not saying it's the greatest year in the world, but even in a down year, so far in Baltimore, he's on pace to give you about a 30-80 season.
That would be nice for the Mets right now.
Well, a lot of things would be nice for the Mets right now. Competency. Zev is in Brooklyn. Hey, Zev.
Hey, guys. How are you?
All's well.
Good.
All right. I'm the guy that called you on Friday about my wife giving birth any day.
Oh, yes. And?
Yeah. So it was good advice by you guys because she gave birth yesterday on Mother's Day.
Well, congratulations.
Wow.
The good thing is that we were able to, sit down as a family in the hospital room and watch the Knicks put a beat down on Philly. It was so great, such a great day for me to be there. And, just the greatest thing is something like Deuce, just getting the ball and everybody in that arena screaming, Deuce.
Right.
And when he gets it in, just say, it felt like Madison Square Garden.
Right.
It was great.
It did.
Especially when he's making every three-pointer he took.
Zev asked a question before the weekend of, can I go to Knicks Sixers even though my wife is, due to give birth any time?
Right. And he couldn't go Friday, right?
Yes. And so it was about Sunday. And we gave him the advice. We said, you cannot go.
No.
First of all, you're too far away. There's too much risk involved. It's a second-round series. If you're telling me this is the Game 7 of the NBA Finals, okay.
Yeah.
We're at least having a discussion.
Or even maybe, no, you can't even. No, I was going to say Game 7 of this series, but that wouldn't even work.
I don't even.
No, that wouldn't have worked. It was Mother's Day.
I thought about this a lot when my two sons were due because they were both due in late September. So it's possible. Actually, Spence was due in mid-October, right? And so was it possible that it could have ran in to a Met postseason game? Yeah. And so I would ponder it in my head. And then before I got too stressed out about making a decision, I reminded myself, they're the Mets. Like, I'm not going to have to worry about this. Like, why are you freaking yourself out about what to do about the birth of your child? There's nothing to worry about.
The ever optimistic Met fan, Evan Roberts.
And wasn't I right?
You were correct.
Well, I got away with it twice. When Jet was born, it was early. It was mid-September, so no biggie, no problems.
Right.
And then Spence was born in the middle of a pandemic where no one was allowed anywhere.
No, when you couldn't have done anything you wanted to.
It wouldn't have mattered. If the Mets were in the playoffs that year, it would have been odd because you weren't allowed to go see them.
Right.
That is still like the weirdest playoff to think about.
I remember they had the screens all around.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre now that I think back.
Well, that was the NBA when they put the screen. Oh, you're talking about the NBA? Yeah. The baseball one was so odd because I was even thinking recently about Yankees Rays and how the Rays, who have now jumped the Yankees, are in first place in the AL East. They're having a great year. And so I started to think about Yankees Rays. Like, what kind of playoff series would that even look like? And I had to remind myself, while they've played in the playoffs, I wouldn't even count it as a real series. It was a best of 5 in a pandemic with nobody in the ballpark.
Right.
Wasn't that at a
I don't even remember it.
I think it was at a neutral site. Didn't they put that? Where the hell did they put that?
Texas, right?
Was that in Texas?
Or Petco Park, one of them.
I think, it may have been Petco. I think it was Petco, which shows you we can't even remember. I'll tell you about the games, but I don't even remember where it was. So if we get Yankees Rays this year, it'll actually be real. And you want to talk about a takeover. Those games in Tampa, that'll be a takeover. Well, enjoy more of the Knicks celebrations here on WFAN with all the fanboys at this radio station, including Craig Carton and Big Mac, who are coming up next. If you've missed any of the show, you can rewind it on the free Odyssey app or download the Evan and Tiki podcast. We are back tomorrow at 10 a.m.